with making a false statement, which went nowhere. It got thrown out of court. So now they're charging him again, this time with threatening the president's life for this. This is not a joke. They charge him with threatening the president's life for this photo of seashells that spell out 8647. 86 is an old restaurant term. It means get rid of, and Trump is the 47th president. Trump's pets in the DOJ are claiming this is some kind of threat or call to violence, which even he should be embarrassed by this. Put that back up. That is not a threat. That is a piece of art your aunt with a beach house would buy on Etsy.
You know what? It's my fault, Chris. Whenever I say this is the dumbest part of the dumbest timeline, the universe proves me wrong. Let's review just yesterday. We had to be lectured about democracy and checks and balances by the King of England. Bella, you read about that in history.
Oh, yeah.
So he came here to have to... And then Kid Rock, meanwhile, was addressing the Pentagon about the Strait of Hormuz.
Yeah,
I didn't think my fascism would have quite so much Kid Rock in it. Well, we just paid for a taxpayer-funded Apache helicopter ride for him. And then, James Comey indicted again over seashells by the seashore. So, okay, how many examples can we? Matt Gaetz, it's posted. We 86'd McConnell and XY.
Yeah.
Everyone it means to remove
It's not
from
gonna go
office. It doesn't.
anywhere in
Okay.
court.
Of course not. Of course not. That's the point.
Yeah.
And also, it happened to be, I believe, the day a judge ruled Maureen Comey, his daughter's case, can move forward on her firing from the DOJ. By the way, she knows where all the Epstein bodies are buried, maybe literally. But it's just, it's the petty vindictive tour. And then Jimmy Kimmel, who we just played, they're talking about having the FCC yank ABC's licenses.
I'm glad ABC did not take him off the air this time.
Yeah.
I'm glad they had some cojones.
Well, they're obviously trying to put the screws to them to, either lose your FCC license or fire Kimmel again. It's this stupid. First of all, did I just say? I read everything on threads first, and then I want to because we try to be responsible.
Right.
But I'd already seen this reporting. Is this Washington Post this morning?
Washington Post this morning.
The White House correspondent's gunman may not even have fired a weapon. It likely was, I think the speculation is friendly fire. It was either a cop or another Secret Service. So this was not even, quote unquote, an assassination attempt. It was on another floor. Yeah. He didn't even fire a gun, apparently. Speaking of gun, Trump vows no more Mr. Nice Guy in 4 a.m. Iran threat featuring image of himself with a machine gun, which, by the way, he never picked up one of those to actually serve himself. But I'm sure Iran is really scared now because, look at Mr. Tough Guy. They're not totally not laughing at him.
I don't even think he's ever picked up a machine gun.
Oh, my God.
Iran's Lego videos are much better than that.
They're like, oh, Kid Rock and AI of Trump with a gun. Oh, no.
That's the fourth time he's threatened no more Mr. Nice Guy. Nobody's taking him seriously.
We're laughing stock.
Crying wolf.
Oh my God. I can't wait to talk to Malcolm Nance. It's just right. And then meanwhile, Trump reportedly tells Inner Circle to prepare for prolonged blockade of Iran.
Which means prolonged
gas prices are going to, every reporting is they're going to continue to go through the roof.
Good luck, y'all. Sorry.
Thanks.
Bike commuter Chris Lavoie taunting us. Yeah, thanks, Chris. You had a car for 1 weekend. You're like, oh my God. Like, right? Welcome to our nightmare.
I miss my Prius. I had a Prius in college. I remember having to pay
thank God,
like $3.65 for a gallon at the local.
Oh my God.
Oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm. Oh my God. Seriously, gas is going through. The latest. It's gone through the roof. It's insane. And okay. Where was I? Lost my way. Oh, because I forgot just when you thought it could not be more embarrassing than him walking in front of the Queen. Remember, she kept trying to get by him at Buckingham Palace. This giant laughingstock buffoon. Oh my God. Anyway, so they're going to the receiving line. His cabinet is supposed to be meeting. Yeah. It's a receiving line for King Charles, not for... And so Trump cuts in front of him, and he shakes all his own cat. The King's literally got his hand at it. He's just like, okay. Oh my God, he's so endlessly, excruciatingly embarrassing. I just can't. Oh my God. Okay. Christopher, who said Ukraine is not only fighting for its own freedom, but for ours as well? Who said that?
Commander McBride.
No, that would be King Charles. That was in the most British way possible. It was really a big FU. Both of his speeches. He mocked the ballroom to Trump's face. He talked about the importance of supporting Ukraine, but literally, can you imagine the founding fathers? Like the King of England to lecture us about the Magna Carta and the importance of checks and balances. And there's Mike Johnson. Oh, yes. Yay. Right? They haven't enacted one single check or balance on this monster. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, here, do we have King Charles, please?
All right.
The immediate aftermath of 9/11, when NATO invoked Article 5
Thank you.
for the first time, and the United Nations Security Council was united in the face of terror, we answered the call together, as our people have done so for more than a century, shoulder to shoulder, through 2 world wars, the Cold War, Afghanistan, and moments that have defined our shared security. Today, Mr. Speaker, that same unyielding resolve is needed for the defense of Ukraine and her most courageous people.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Round of applause for that.
I mean, right? That was in your face to Trump. All his NATO's never helped us. They've never, ever been there for it. Like, how many times? He has to remind you, yes, the only time NATO invoked Article 5 was for you.
The thing with King Charles is that he's not a political person, so he knows how to speak and to like get people.
It's in the most British way possible.
Like he went in there, was self-deprecating, told a few jokes, and then twisted the knife.
Yes,
that's exactly how you do it.
Very Bridgerton. It was very. The King's Speech. There's so many movies we've already referenced.
Oh, yeah.
Dilly dilly.
Yes.
Oh God. Bridgerton.
But it really was. It's like there's such a British way of saying F you that's so very proper, isn't it?
I want less Bridgerton and more Saltburn.
Oh my God. I might go get some of my Bridgerton tea that I have upstairs.
Yes.
Ooh. I was very amused by the King's Speech. Okay. Oh, he also mentioned climate.
Well, that's his big thing. That's
of course,
been his lifelong thing.
Yeah, of course, Republicans, Vance didn't stand up. They're like, climate, who cares about that? That's been his lifelong.
Yes.
He wrote a book about it.
Yep.
It's been his cause.
Yeah.
All right, so this was the, you and your stupid ballroom joke. Here we go.
It is a particular pleasure to be back in this wonderful building, the heart of your democracy. On this occasion, I cannot help noticing the readjustments to the East Wing, Mr. President. Following your visit to Windsor Castle last year. And I'm sorry to say that we British, of course, made our own small attempt at real estate redevelopment of the White House in 1814.
Okay, so Trump has no idea what that joke was about.
No, because he doesn't know history.
He doesn't know anything about anything, but they lit the White House on fire.
They burned it.
1814.
Right.
That was funny.
Yeah.
Some laugh track for the king. Ooh, that was highly amusing.
Very funny.
I imagine Queen Elizabeth was like, bully! The corgis and I are in hysterics. Okay.
I think he has a better sense of humor than she ever did.
Yeah, apparently.
I didn't know this about him.
God, and just imagine they had so many conversations about what a hole Donald Trump is behind closed doors. The buffoon walked right in front of me with his ginormous ass. Okay.
I think they probably left Andrew out of those conversations.
Yes. Oh, boy. Okay. Yes. Who said this? Molly says, I can only imagine how the founding fathers would feel knowing the King of England addressed the United States Congress and took the time to remind them that executive power is subject to checks and balances. Thank you. We had a little war beginning. Remember we used to England. Okay, there was a whole thing. It's not important now.
It was a thing.
There was a tea party.
Cute.
Yeah, what is the thing Trump always like? They always say those stupid things on the rally. You'd be speaking German if it wasn't for the U.S. or what? It's like, yeah, we'd be speaking French if it wasn't for, yes, or the other way around. I don't listen. I'm tired. I can't survive many more of these news cycles. What?
The French helped us in the Revolutionary War.
Yes, the French helped us.
I kind of grew up around that area, the whole Yorktown area. So
Trump has some complete.
We had field trips. I kind of learned this stuff.
Yeah, I feel like he's never read like anything. he doesn't, this whole America, like, he seems to have this sense of history, like no one's ever done anything for us. I'm like, are you kidding?
Well,
Okay.
that's part of his hyperbolic nature. You know, he's like, I'm the first person, only person to have ever done something this massive. I'm like, no, you haven't. Shut the
Oh.
No, he has made
Listen, you're healed from your gallbladder surgery. We're just going to let it rip this morning.
Yeah, no, I'm just moving. When I bend down, I move a little slow, but it's
That is
but
not-
I can do it.
It's not
but
an
not an invitation.
Not an invitation to
No,
swear.
no.
Okay.
I've never cursed on the air.
Haven't you?
I don't think you will, but you scare
You have
me.
remarkable restraint. You were hulking out yesterday. People really enjoyed it.
Oh.
Between that and Bella's unbelievable grouchiness,
Oh my God.
people really enjoyed the show. They're like, Bella and Chris are all of us yesterday.
Sometimes you just have to have those days, and where you just need to let yourself. But you just need to let yourself feel those emotions
Right.
to
Yes.
get over the hump.
Someone
and,
posted, I think, I have a feeling Bella's out the door, and I was like, no!
Hey, and I'm still here.
Yeah, she is still here.
Don't leave us
She
elders.
showed up again this morning.
Yes, yes.
Another victory for Mama.
I just
Another
have
victory.
those. I have those days, you know. I
Yeah.
have those weeks. I
Mama
have those
said.
months.
Mama said every
when,
day's like
especially
these.
when we work in a field like this, where the
We're-
news is awful every
Yeah,
day.
and we're reading it.
I was
going
going
to
to say, every day is like, when you go, there's days like these every day.
Yeah.
Every
Right.
day is a day like this.
So you have
just
to find your
yesterday.
joy somehow.
Some days
I'm
it's
like-
just easier to poke
process.
fun at it, and
Right.
like today
By
with
the way-
the King stuff, it's funny.
Right. Yeah.
It's like it's crazy, but it's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can we get a royal a day so we can do the British accent?
Please.
And have fun.
Well, isn't Prince Harry, doesn't he live like almost next
Yes.
door to
He could do his
to
part.
Jodie's mom?
Yes.
Oh my God, that's
Yeah.
Yeah, he's here with
He
Megan.
and Suits lady up there could give us some frivolity for a minute. Wait, I gotta find something.
Gosh, Megan is terrible in Suits.
You and we do not have the same taste. Don't you come after my pretty ladies. Okay. I loved her in Suits.
Yeah, but have you seen Love, Megan on Netflix?
No,
It's
I don't
awful.
go. I don't
oh,
do deep dive.
It's awful.
All right.
She's very full of herself.
You know what? Bella's going to leave us and become a famous critic. That's what she's going to do. She's going to make a fortune because she hates everything and she's so funny about it. Okay.
I'm tough to
Everything I
please.
bring up, I love, and Bella's like, boo, spitballs. Ow! Shooting spitballs at me. I love Devil Wears Prada. Ow! Stop it. Okay, I found it.
Okay.
I found the thing I was looking for.
All right, good.
Hold, please. I just, I'm sure all you friends, you share stuff. Who is this? Michael Jokum wrote this, but I just thought we're running out of ways to understand what we're going through every day, right? By the way, can I just say something? Comey didn't even he just took a picture of seashells.
He didn't even arrange the seashells.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm like, how? Of course it's ridiculous. You don't even need Glenn Kirshner tomorrow to go, this is ridiculous.
Right.
Someone said, a prosecutor said, it's the dumbest indictment they have ever seen in their entire history.
Glenn Kirshner's Friday.
Is it only
It's only
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, Bella, I feel your pain, man. Just let me read a tiny bit of this. What we're witnessing in our country is more than political disagreement. It's the normalization of moral collapse, the elevation of ignorance into identity, cruelty into virtue, corruption into culture. These men are not merely wrong on the issues, they're simply flawed leaders. They are inhuman destroyers of the civic order, architects of decay who carry their cruelty the way arsonists carry matches, casually, eagerly, without conscience or remorse. They've dragged me back to a place I spent a lifetime trying to escape. A place where anger never sleeps, where the mind circles endlessly around the same moral wreckage, where even rest is haunted by the knowledge that these people, what they're doing to the country we love, it's exhausting, corrosive, and the inevitable psychological consequence of watching one's nation be methodically hollowed out by men who have no relationship with the truth, no respect for history, and no capacity for shame. I guess that sums it up. I am put out the call to Dr. Wanda, my best friend, brilliant psychologist, to help us because psychologists are running out of ways to tell people how to deal with this. The human brain was not designed for this. It's just one news cycle is more than you can. Okay.
We need to break.
Pardon?
We need to break.
Yes, we do. Nah, well, that's how much hurry there is.
Okay.
I can't care. Okay. But we have man meat, so
Lots of it.
I'll sustain myself with protein in just a moment. 21 minutes after the hour. Mike, where do do we start with this idiocy of we have how many sound bites, Chris? 13 sound bites of Republicans blaming Democrats and Democrats' rhetoric, and this is why we need taxpayer. I thought the Republicans could not think of a more politically unpopular thing to do than what they're already doing. They now want the public to fund Trump's ballroom.
Yeah. Unbelievably stupid. And, if you're somebody out there and you think that they staged whatever happened this weekend at the White House Correspondents' Dinner for this, good for them, I guess. I don't understand what they're doing. And the point that I would make to people sitting at home right now who are struggling to pay their bills and make ends meet and figure out how to retire with some dignity, like the entire Washington political establishment amongst the Republicans are moving so quickly to pass a bill to build Trump this stupid ballroom, and they can't pass a single bill to help improve your life. Not a single one.
Seriously, I smell like French Revolution, or is that croissants? What is it? But it's seriously.
Careful though, Stephanie. They're on the hunt. You say anything, they're going to claim you're invoking violence.
Sure.
Right.
Look at them the wrong way. You remind them that their president's a pedophile protector. They're going to blame you for it.
Yeah.
So.
Mike, is it me? I've said this all last hour. That manifesto of the shooter could have been written by any MAGA, including Nick Fuentes, all the famous ones about Trump and the Epstein files.
They're so offended that in it says, well, I'm not going to allow a pedophile to keep running the country. And I'm like, if you don't want to be called a pedophile, maybe release the Epstein files and prove your innocence, right? If you don't want to be accused of sexual assault, maybe don't be found guilty by a jury of your peers in a civil case liable for, can I use the word on radio? I don't want to get you in trouble because sometimes
let's go with no, don't.
If you have to ask, probably no.
Yeah, just you know what I mean. And then, they're like, oh, is he a traitor? And I'm like, listen, I don't call Donald Trump a traitor, but do I think it's reasonable to question whether or not he's loyal to the United States or himself in foreign governments? Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
That doesn't justify trying to rush into a ballroom with a gun and a bunch of knives, but again, it doesn't change who Donald Trump is.
Sorry, if you read the Republican-led Senate Intelligence Report, I think you could very clearly conclude he's a traitor, but that's just me. But yeah, I mean, and the other thing, I get, I give Nora O'Donnell some props, Mike, for the 60 Minutes interview, but in terms of when she goes, oh, you think he's talking about you? Because he doesn't name Trump. Normally when someone yells pedophile, I don't go, I'm not what? No, I'm not.
I mean, and he lost his temper. Like, he was very upset at just the reading of that, and but it's reasonable to ask and note what's said in the shooter's manifesto like that.
But sorry, real journalism would have been to say, excuse me, sir, you are in fact an adjudicated rapist. Right. A judge has ruled so. You actually you have not been exonerated by the Epstein files. You have been very credibly accused of child rape. By a witness that was interviewed 4 times by the FBI and whose testimony was used to convict Epstein. Like, there is real journalism, and then there's whatever that was.
That's the problem with the corporate media right now, is that they don't do any fact checking, they don't do any reporting. They've been beaten down by Donald Trump. Now CBS is owned by the Ellisons, so they're all afraid of losing their jobs. Yeah. They're trying to consolidate the media. It's why independent media is more important than ever. Your Adam Mocklers, your Katie Fangs, your Stephanie Millers, like going out there and listening to people who don't have a bunch of corporate guys, dangling strings above them. Like, we can't do this anymore. Otherwise, we're never going to know what the heck is going on in the country.
This is why God invented Mike Nellis. Free Speech TV land, Mayday. I'm gonna get a hat and a brooch. No, seriously.
And a pterodactyl.
Yes, this is serious. Free speech, as you know, under attack. We are having a 2-day fund drive in honor of May 1st.
That's right.
Which is right. Working people.
Solidarity.
Let's do this. Call 877-378-8669 or go to freespeech.org/donate today. We want to thank Andrew in the spirit of solidarity, one of our frontline funders. He's always so generous.
Yep.
So please
and
give now.
And everything you give today is matched.
Yes, and when they're talking about pulling Kimmel's licenses and going after Comey, now more than ever, you got to keep us on the air. freespeech.org/donate. Mike, where do we start with this idiocy of we have how many sound bites, Chris? 13 sound bites of Republicans blaming Democrats and Democrats' rhetoric, and this is why we need taxpayer. I thought the Republicans could not think of a more politically unpopular thing to do than what they're already doing. They now want the public to fund Trump's ballroom.
Yeah. Unbelievably stupid. And, if you're somebody out there and you think that they staged whatever happened this weekend at the White House Correspondents' Dinner for this, good for them, I guess. I don't understand what they're doing. And the point that I would make to people sitting at home right now who are struggling to pay their bills and make ends meet and figure out how to retire with some dignity. Like, the entire Washington political establishment amongst the Republicans are moving so quickly to pass a bill to build Trump this stupid ballroom, and they can't pass a single bill to help improve your life. Not a single one.
Seriously, I smell like French Revolution, or is that croissants? What is it? But it's seriously.
Careful though, Stephanie. They're on the hunt. You say anything, they're going to claim you're invoking violence.
Sure.
Right.
Look at them the wrong way. You remind them that their president's a pedophile protector. They're going to blame you for it.
Yeah.
So.
Mike, is it me? I've said this all last hour. That manifesto of the shooter could have been written by any MAGA, including Nick Fuentes, all the famous ones.
Stephanie Miller.
Yes, it is the Stephanie Miller Show. I seem to have misplaced my 8647 T-shirts. I think I ought to offload some, but there's some fantastic F47 T-shirts available at stephaniemiller.com.
Yeah.
This one, new generic ballot poll, Democrats 50%, Republicans 40%. Last poll, Democrats were up by 6. You're now up by 10. If you feel a blue tsunami coming, here's another. CBS News, a sinking ship as pro-Trump turn drives ratings to unthinkable lows, according to a new report. Ha ha, and neener, and nanny boo-boo. Karen in Chicago, hello.
Hello, good morning. You know, that image that they're indicting Comey reminds me of something that you would be able to see on any white woman's Instagram page.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes, seashells.
Yeah.
I have in my downstairs. Have you ever been to my downstairs bathroom? What do I have in there?
Seashells.
That I got from various seashores.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. But, you know, I'm old enough. I'm old enough to remember when Trump was tweeting or tossing out images of Joe Biden hogtied, you know, talking about why can't the police bash perpetrators' heads while they're getting them into squad cars. I remember him offering to pay legal fees of rally goers for beating up people that were there in opposition to him. So,
and it's
know,
more
and then,
shameless. It's more shameless using of this ballroom incident, which apparently the guy didn't even fire a gun to go, oh, we need a ballroom, and oh, this is why we have to indict Comey today. Because Todd Blanche even said that, Karen. Oh, given especially today, you can't threaten the president. You're like, are you kidding me? Took a picture of seashells a year ago. Go ahead.
Yeah, but again, you know, why don't we do something about the guns? Common sense gun laws. If they were really serious, I mean, when kids are slaughtered in the schools, they offer thoughts and prayers.
Yep.
And then with this situation, ballroom is the answer. Building a ballroom using our tax dollars. By the way, they said that it was going to be funded privately.
Yeah.
And
well, like Mexico paid for the wall, and
joy.
Yeah, and then it was going to be private donors. And by the way, didn't it start at like 200 million? Now it's 400 or something. All right, 29 minutes after the hour, Bob Cesca next. Well, if you don't even, it's too late. Summer colds linger, right? They can turn into sinus infections that can last for weeks. Getting sick right before vacation can derail everything. And when you're traveling, finding a doctor and a pharmacy is stressful. That's why I ordered a medical emergency kit. It's like having urgent care and a pharmacy right in your home. It includes essential prescriptions like amoxicillin and generic Z-Pak to treat a wide range of common and serious illnesses. So if you wake up sick at home or on the road, you already have what you need. No waiting for the doctor, no hours at urgent care, no pharmacy lines, no copays. Just match your symptoms to the right prescription in your guidebook or call their telemedicine doctor standing by. Start your meds sooner, feel better faster. Every home needs at least one medical emergency kit. Order yours online in minutes. It is shipped right to your door, and save $45 with my promo code Stephanie at urgentcarekit.com/Stephanie. That's promo code Stephanie at urgentcarekit.com/Stephanie.
Hi, and welcome back. Just 998 days left to go in our countdown to liberty. Well, it's been a busy day in Donald Trump landia today. Trump and his wife are still upset at Jimmy Kimmel for making a joke that they didn't think was funny. So now Donald Trump has decided not only does he want Kimmel fired, but his much compromised and weaponized FCC is going after the licenses of many ABC affiliates. Now, Trump wants to go after ABC's license, but I got news for you, Donnie. ABC, the network, doesn't have licenses. It's the individual stations, and somebody finally figured that out because that's now what they want to do. But don't forget, Donald Trump has fired all members of the National Science Board. Gosh, I guess we can go back to divining things over candles and by spreading incense on the ground, and maybe we don't need science anymore. It's all magic anyway. Just ask RFK Jr. And at the end of the day, do not forget, Donald Trump has once again decided to indict James Comey. It didn't work before, but maybe a second time. After all, Donald Trump knows what it's like. He's a convicted felon. Yes, our convicted felon president has decided to go after James Comey. You just can't make this shit up. And it's just Tuesday. Can't wait to see what the week brings now. See you next time.
Immigration is one of the most controversial and morally complex subjects in both America and modern Christianity, one that demands both nuance and thoughtful, studious discourse. Historically, the Christian right hasn't been interested in that, but they're divine at reducing things to catchy xenophobic catchphrases. Build the wall. Send them home. Go back where you came from. Deport them all. Keep America American. Stop the invasion. Jobs for Americans, not illegals. No amnesty. The God of the Bible consistently takes an unambiguously compassionate stance towards immigrants and strangers. Jesus commands individuals and nations to welcome the stranger and warns they'll be judged by how well they do it.
Well, they're back. This time about a picture of seashells on a North Carolina beach a year ago. And this won't be the end of it. But nothing has changed with me. I'm still innocent. I'm still not afraid. And I still believe in the independent federal judiciary. So let's go.
Oh, yeah.
All right, let's do this again. Why not? Because you know what I enjoy in addition to the daily chaos, Chris, is the repetitive nature of all of it. Have you noticed that it keeps repeating itself, the news cycles?
I've noticed it keeps repeating itself.
Okay, all right. You know who never does? This guy. Speaking of dreamy, hunky men, why, Bob Seska joins us now.
We interrupt this program to bring you a special broadcast.
You're cute and I love you, Bob Seska. Love him so much.
Bob is calling us from Washington.
Go
ahead.
Washington, D.C.
Just
okay. Hiya, Bob. Hiya.
Hi, Stephanie. Hello.
How'd you enjoy this particular news cycle yesterday, huh?
How do you keep up with it? It's like, you know what? It's like Mad Libs. You can just kind of fill in the blank as we go.
Yeah,
with the word fart, by the way. Every time you
fart
play
is
Mad
always
Libs,
a good noun.
Yeah, exactly. That's always the word it ends up being. But it's, yes, we're in this endless cycle of just chaos and then more chaos to cover up the previous chaos and then chaos on top of that to cover up the previous two instances
and you
of
know,
chaos.
This has nothing to do with any new evidence. What new evidence can there be of someone taking a picture of seashells a year ago?
They've been investigating this photo of the seashells for 11 months, Stephanie.
But of course, they use the ridiculous ballroom thing, first of all. And then secondly, Maureen Comey's case just ruled can be. So you know this is just more petty, vindictive BS. And then, if ABC won't fire Kimmel, we're going to pull their, FCC licenses, right? I mean,
right. Right.
Yeah.
Well, the Jim Comey thing, you know, if I had a podcast myself, or if I had any presence on social media, I would cover the cost of prosecuting Jim Comey
again
over the number 86 spelled out in seashells, which he didn't actually create himself. I want to know how much taxpayer money is going to go in, or has even to this point gone into this attempt at retribution against the reason Donald Trump's doing this is because he's irritated with Jim Comey. What, for helping him get elected in 2016? I don't understand the gripe here, but yeah, there it is.
By the way, you posted about, because we were just saying, and I'd seen this reporting, you know, we were waiting for confirmation that they don't believe that the what do you call it, the Secret Service agent was likely shot by friendly fire by another Secret Service agent or a cop. So the guy didn't even fire his gun. And you just said if your house were guarded by dozens of police officers, you had a gunman storm past all of them with 2 loaded firearms, making it well into your house, firing off several rounds, would you praise law enforcement after the fact, or would you fire and replace your protection due to negligence? I mean, whether it is or not, everything he does feels staged. No one believes anything he says anyway, right?
Yes. To be clear, I don't think this was staged. I just want to be absolutely upfront about that. But I understand why people think it was. I totally get it, because you're not...
There's some reporting that they knew who this guy is. Well, his family already tipped them off, but, you know, they're willing to use it as a... I mean, I don't know, like you said, I agree that I don't think it was staged, but it's just... it's insane that he has an infomercial ready to go for a ballroom, and you know.
Oh yes, and that Washington Hilton should have been a fortress for this event. Right. They knew at least a couple of months in advance that Donald was going to be there, and therefore everyone else was with Melania and J.D. Vance and etc. And yet the security was actually lax. I mean, there's been reporting that security was toned down for this event. This was the same hotel. Reagan was shot outside that hotel.
Yes.
So there was precedent for something going haywire at the Washington Hilton.
You posted about it. The Trump administration provided a lower level of security for the White House course dinner than it has for other gatherings of high-ranking officials. You said, why? This is the source's only answer in the article. This is a dinner he might not go to at the last minute. It's not annually and is not annually attended by him. Well, you can see why the whole thing raises suspicion that this whole thing happened, right? And since when is the entire line of succession to the United States in one room, and they don't, call it the highest level of security? I mean, it's. I was talking about Nancy Pelosi because I'm doing an event with her Sunday, and you always tell the story about when we were. I posted pictures of us backstage, San Francisco Sexy Liberal. You were there.
Oh yeah.
And you were talking to Speaker Pelosi, and you said she knew everything about you. She's like, "Oh, hi, Bob. How are you enjoying Santa Rosa? And do you like the move from Hawaii?" And Bob's like, "What the?"
Yeah, I mean, my conversation with Nancy Pelosi basically was me going, "How did you know? Like, where did this?" It was amazing.
Because her advanced team and her security team is like top notch, and she wasn't even speaker then. You know?
Right. And this should have been the case with Donald Trump's protection. I mean, that place should have been impenetrable. They should have been screening every guest who was staying there. In fact, they should have prevented people from booking rooms at the Washington Hilton knowing that the president was going to be there. But knowing that can't possibly be the case, because obviously they need to book rooms, they need to fill rooms, they should have screened these people. And if they had screened this particular guy, they probably would have seen something that would have raised red flags. But they didn't do that. Now, it could be not something that was intentional or anything along the like negligence or anything like that. Could just be basic cutbacks to Secret Service, which then we have to turn an incredulous eye toward Elon Musk and Doge. Yeah. If that happens to be the case, or Russ Vought, or a combination of both.
Well,
but that's what happened.
And you also said a reminder, there's already a ballroom inside the fortress called the White House, the East Room. It has bulletproof glass and everything. I mean, not to mention, even the ballroom, this monstrosity he's proposed is nowhere big enough to hold the White House Correspondents' Dinner, nor has that ever been at the White House or will ever be at the White House.
That's right.
Yeah, it's not an executive branch function.
Right.
Exactly right. That's exactly what I was going to say, Chris. Yeah. It's not something that the White House plans.
Right.
So even Donald Trump standing up there Saturday night after the fact and doing his little dog and pony show saying, that, oh, yeah, we're going to do this again in 3 weeks. Well, it's not up to you. Yeah. It's not your organization. Yeah. Obviously, it's an organization that Donald Trump has defined as being the enemies of the people.
Yeah.
How many times have we heard Donald Trump call the White House press corps the enemies of the people? And even said it to Norah O'Donnell on Sunday night after saying there was so much love in the room and blah, 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 blah.
By the way,
blah.
there were heroes in the room, and let me just cite a couple. The woman stealing the bottles of champagne, there was a woman stealing wine, and then the guy that continued eating his
that
dinner.
guy, yeah.
Yeah, because he paid a lot of money. I'm like, you would have, that would have been you.
Oh, I
would
would
have
been
like, oh no, you know what I paid for this?
That would have been me too.
Yeah.
I talked about that on my podcast.
And it would have been
yesterday,
me. You guys keep eating. I'm going to get all the champagne bottles.
Yeah, I told the story yesterday on the show where when the Santa Rosa wildfires broke out back in 2017.
Yes.
Kimberly woke me up at like 3 o'clock in the morning. People are leaving. They're evacuating. And I said, I'm going back to sleep. Like the air was filled with smoke and everyone's
like,
packing up.
They're
go
overreacting.
bags, and I'm just too sleepy, going back to sleep. It's just that. So I would be that guy.
Nancy Pelosi told me that you were going to say that.
Well, also,
that's right. She knew somehow.
Yeah, she specifically said you better evacuate Bob because that lazy bastard won't get out of bed. Yeah.
I would stay at the dinner eating my dinner because I know that D.C. is not a late night restaurant town. No. You're not going to get a meal once you walk out of that.
No one's going to get between you and protein. I don't care if it's with a long gun.
And, let me tell you, that town is a mess as far as traffic patterns go. Because now they've got these barriers where they can shut down entire streets. Kimberly and I tried to navigate Washington, D.C. a couple of weekends ago, and it was an utter nightmare. So all those reporters who were trying to dash up to the White House to do Donald Trump's press conference, I think they announced, we're going to do this in a half an hour. And even the chairperson of the White House Correspondents Association was like, I don't know how this is going to happen. I don't know everyone here is going to get up to the White House in 30 minutes, but good luck.
Yeah. Well, Chris and Bella and I were all liberal helpers. Bella would have been helping me get the bottle. Honey, get the bottles. Get more of the bottle. No one's going to drink this anyway. It's a waste. Get it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
A bunch of fancy wine over here.
Why wear a trench coat if you can't steal wine with it?
Chris, stop eating. Carry some wine. Can I just say that was one of the funniest moments? I don't know why I said a flashback to when I hosted I've Got a Secret on the Oxygen Network, and we had Terry Garr and Jim J. Bullock on my panel. And Terry kept snacking during the show, and Jim J. Bullock just went, Terry, stop eating! And she spit food like across the whole set. All right. So that would have been you.
Yeah. Yeah. Me and Chris would have been like Lucy in the Chocolate Factory sketch.
Oh yeah, trying to shove as much
throwing those things in our mouths, putting them in the pockets. And,
Oh my God! But here's your point. It's about like the credibility. You said I have a strict policy of never giving Donald Trump the benefit of the doubt. I assume he's corrupt and lying until proven otherwise. I challenge anyone to convince me this is unfair or unjustified. So it's just and further,
that's got to be the policy. I mean, he has done nothing to earn any sort of leeway from us. He has done nothing but deceive people. I mean, they're actively hiding the number of casualties from the Iran war, American military casualties.
Yeah.
They're hiding those numbers. There's all kinds of subterfuge happening, and Donald Trump is an ongoing show of BS. And so there's no reason to think, this time it's totally on the level. So as I was saying before, I don't believe it was staged, but I get the people who are thinking that it might have.
Right. Well, and you quoted Todd Blanche. You said there's something unique about the threats against President Trump and the cabinet that's disgusting. It shouldn't be happening. The rhetoric that's out there on social media is one of the reasons for it. And you said, it's everyone's fault except for the most despised president in history who's torturing innocent people, killing Iranian children in school by the hundreds, engaged in unprecedented corruption, and deliberately making everything more expensive for regular people. It's not him, it's you. I think Pete Dominic said that yesterday, same thing, just like, you're kidding, the most hated man in the world might be a target of, I mean, he literally is the most hated man in the world.
Oh, absolutely. And what we're supposed to just say, just go do your thing, Donald. Let Donald be Donald, and we're just going to make sure the Wi-Fi is still working. This is, obviously, he deserves fact-checking, he deserves criticism, he deserves all the criticism in the world. He deserves to be opposed vocally. And what they're trying to do is gaslight us into thinking, it's all our fault. It's the victim's fault. We were wearing those short mini skirts. That's.
By the way, Exhibit A, Aaron Rupar said, I'm fascinated by how obsessed Trump is with the ballroom, but still unsure why he wants it so bad. There's definitely an untold story there that goes beyond him just wanting a larger event space. And you said my theory is getting kickbacks from contractors. That's the oldest game in the book.
Yeah.
I mean,
and that's what he knows how to do.
Yes. And how much you want to bet this money he already raised is going to go right in his pocket, and we'll never hear about it again. And then we, the taxpayers, are going to pay for this.
That's right. Which is why he's making a big deal out of using just private money.
Yeah.
He thinks somehow because it's private money that he can use it as a gigantic money laundering operation or
you
take
think he's
kickbacks off of it.
He's going to give that money back to all these corporations that are trying to, bend the knee to him? So
it's such a janky monstrosity. I mean, you've seen detailed schematics. I think the New York Times did a piece about this a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
Where it is just utterly absurd. It's very clearly a Donald Trump operation. It's very clearly helped along by a notorious weirdo.
Yeah.
And so that's why there are stairs leading to nowhere and way too many columns, and of course it's oversized. And
it's an Escher painting, basically.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, exactly.
And also, I swear to God, when anyone even approaches journalism, we're all like, but this Norah O'Donnell moment that everybody's talking about, Trump, I'm not a rapist, I didn't rape anybody. O'Donnell, you thought he was referring to you? And you just said so easy to sucker him into confessing. Also incredible how few reporters have dared to try it. Norah for the win here. Again, am I asking too much to go do the follow-up? Yes, sir, you in fact were adjudicated a rapist by a judge. And you are very credibly accused in the Epstein files. You were not exonerated by the Epstein files. I mean, isn't that just journalism 101?
Oh, yeah. It's amazing. Then he launched, I think the reason why Norah O'Donnell couldn't get a follow-up in is because Donald launched into his whole Roy Cohn routine. Deny, always attack. I forget the third one, but it's textbook Roy Cohn, what Donald Trump did, knowing that he derped his way into that, which we've seen in police procedurals and crime dramas time and time again, where cops show up and say, hey, we want to know about whether you checked out this item from the library. And the guy says, I've never seen Richard Kimball. Well, we didn't ask you whether you've seen it.
Well, the classic is Tulsi Gabbard. When, Hillary mentions a Russian asset. She's like, no, I'm not. Like, she didn't mention
we didn't ask you. What? So rabbit season, duck season. That's what that's called. Yeah.
Can we just say this most ridiculous new post, from 4 a.m. this morning, Trump with a machine gun. Iran can't get their act together. They don't know how to sign a non-nuclear deal. They better get smart soon, President AGT. No more Mr. Nice Guy. And Beatty Master said, Donald Trump posted this today after the master negotiator has repeatedly failed at getting a new JCPOA deal. Now he's looking for a non-nuclear deal, hoping that business deals and extortion will do the trick. The problem is Iran isn't a cable news network, an American politician, or a tech corporation that will just bow down. He's learning the hard way. I mean, he's begging and will not even get close to what Obama already had. Right?
That's right. And I bet you that he does not know what JCPOA stands for. There's a basic piece of information that Donald Trump should probably know, but which he doesn't. And look, the bigger picture here is, this is maybe a slightly unpopular opinion, but this cannot succeed. This form of foreign policy, this kind of execution of a war cannot succeed because it sets a horrible precedent. If future presidents get it in their head that this is how you deal with an enemy government, then good Lord, we are headed for a disaster far worse.
Yes, I learned that in our lecture from the King of England on democracy, checks and balances, and alliances, and the importance of NATO. What a timeline. All right, Bob, I love you.
I love you, Stephanie.
Aw.
I listen to you can't get through life without the Bob Cesca show.
So I've heard.
I'm just telling you. Okay, sexyliberal.com. Love you.
Love you. Bye-bye.
All right, bye. 49 minutes after the hour. Hi, Pete.
Hey, guys. I'm so excited to be back. I just want to start by, addressing the elephant in the room. I think it's time that you and Chris, Steph, and everybody else need to start to think about your rhetoric.
Yes. Yes.
Maybe take it down a notch and stop calling people what they are. Have you thought about that? Have you thought about when you call people what they are, that foments violence? Have you so I'm here to bring it down a notch and say...
Listen, comedians like you, Pete, are going to have to be extra careful because, as you know, they're coming after Jimmy Kimmel again for a joke he made before this thing happened. So they're going to get in the DeLorean police car, go back in time, any joke you've ever made... and something bad happens.
That's why I've limited jokes, which is why I'm just trying to tell the truth, which is why you guys are talking about, the ballroom and the body armor and stuff. People don't realize he wants to add a ballroom to the White House because he doesn't want to go anywhere because he's a lazy potato. He wants it to be like Mar-a-Lago, where he just walks down through the ballroom and rich people are there clapping. And the other thing is, people don't know this, but I have sources in the White House that say that his diapers are made of chainmail.
I didn't know that, Pete. Yeah. But we always learn new things from you, which is nice.
That's what I'm just trying to lower the rhetoric.
Yeah, you posted, I can't believe someone would try to kill the most hated man in the world. That argues against the conspiracy theories. You're like, yeah, I mean, he really is. And we're in the middle of an unnecessary illegal war. So, like, yeah.
Every president, everywhere, every leader gets targeted, obviously. But if you foment violence all over the world, you can expect to be the target. Also, he's just so hated. And so the shock that anybody would try to do something. Plus, now we know that he has done all these horrible things to women and all the Epstein file stuff. And then, posing next to Jesus, that'll put an unhinged person a little closer to the edge, posing as Jesus. People didn't like that, Steph. I don't know if you knew that. I'm just telling you what happened.
Yeah. But you said, I don't see a shred of evidence that Trump or anyone in the administration was in any way involved. If you believe they're dumb liars, but could also pull this off, then you're arguing with yourself. Trump wanted to give his speech more than anything. Extraordinary claims need extraordinary evidence. I think it's because they lie about everything every day, all the time. It's like everyone has become a conspiracy theorist.
Oh, my God. It's really bad what's happened. I mean, I have sympathy for Americans who've experienced over a decade of societal mental health trauma. I mean, we've had fundamental realities stripped, critical thinking constantly being tested in this country when the leaders of industries are constantly lying, and experts and so much more. And we're not, as a species, I don't think we're designed to be constantly lied to. It's just an unsustainable environment. But I think there's the silver lining that folks like you and me and others have to not coalesce around conspiracies, but around our morals and principles, our community, our friends, our loved ones, and our shared fierce desire to kind of move past this chapter and keep people connected to reality and to some kind of similar truth. And also,
I don't know how well you know me, but I've been single for roughly, what is it, Chris? 11 billion years.
Yeah.
And I just got a new girlfriend. And this was the first weekend she was visiting. Pete, I was trying to have a life. I was I actually turned off the news for a day, and then this is every weekend. You wake up and go, "Oh my God, what is that?" It's just you can't.
I feel like if you want to know if Stephanie Miller has a new girlfriend, just say hi. I mean, I've been following you on social media, and I feel like this person keeps popping up. You and your new girlfriend I'm like, I think she's happy.
I'm so excited. Yeah. I mean, seriously, even when you try to have a real life, like every weekend, there's more. Like Bella was saying, she's 23. Yeah. It's been the last 10 years of her life. They're just numb from this constant chaos and these news cycles. It's just exhausting.
Her age, my daughters are 21 and 18, Bella, and people your age. My understanding is you don't know how to read the news.
It's a little bit of truth. I don't
it's all that TikTok, man. It's like when you can get so much information on TikTok, you never like a lot of people I know never really think to double check the information they're getting. Yeah. So a lot of misinformation very easily is kind of pushed.
Every time something happens, I immediately text my daughters before I know what they're going to read on TikTok. I'm like, before you buy into what anybody else is saying, this is what happened.
Stephanie Miller.
Uh-oh, we're going to get arrested for threatening the president. Bella's playing Bang Bang.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
You know how I said Donald Trump has made me mean? He's made all of us mean. The fact that any of them talk about anyone else's looks. The White House literally officially made fun of Rosa DeLauro's hair. First of all, Representative DeLauro, first of all, is 83 years old. She can do whatever she wants with her hair. She has a purple streak in it or whatever. Mm-hmm. But this guy, Odd Jobs, the guy that looks like he ate 16 of the original Odd Jobs.
Stephen Chung. He
called someone the R word yesterday.
And
he called Jimmy Kimmel a human being. It's just every day with the meanness and the insults about people's looks.
Oh, I could be mean about Stephen Chung.
Oh, well, because we were saying in Best in Show when Eugene Levy says, I can't dance, I have 2 left feet. No, really, I have 2 left feet. And he actually has 2.
Has 2 left feet.
Yeah. If Stephen Chung ever said, I'm all thumbs, just look at his hands. He looks like literally maybe he's possibly has all thumbs.
Yeah,
Lonnie just remarked on how hard it must be to text.
Well, no, he has oddly shaped fingers for being Odd Job. His fingers are really tiny at the ends. He has really small hands, but like Bella said, they are hands that can't handle his BMI.
Right. That could be it.
Yeah. So the rest of his finger is gigantic. It's just the tips of them are tiny.
Is it too much to hope for someday to just have an administration where no one uses the R word? Maybe like in a whole 4-year period, not perhaps like, daily? Because...
Well, if I learned anything from Veep, that they use the R word like...
Okay. Yes, well, that was supposed to be fictional.
Okay.
Yeah,
people supposed to be pretend. Oh, what would happen if these people were in the White House?
Everything is a scene from Veep now.
Yeah.
Or Curb Your Enthusiasm. Chelsea said, I can't believe our country up so badly that on our 250th birthday, the King of England had to come over and lecture our leaders on values and democracy. Yes, that is where we are. Nick in Maryland. Hello, Nick.
Oh, wow. Hey, Stephanie, can you hear me all right?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Oh, great. Okay. I'll be fast. First of all, before I say another word, Pelosi is from Baltimore, and she's a tough girl.
Yes, she is.
We raise them tough here. Okay?
Yeah.
And anyway, criticism is what President Theodore Roosevelt says the highest form of patriotism. But these idiots don't get it. And the reason I called this, you remember back in 2023, Trump texted or put on the internet President Obama's temporary address.
Yes.
And some nut was caught with weapons. Basically stalking him. And
yes, I do recall that. 58 minutes after the hour, we have lots more man meat. Malcolm next. Well, those your data brokers are the ones selling it. Data brokers collect your name, address, phone number, even the meds you take, and your income. Then they package it up and sell it to anyone willing to pay, including criminals. I use Incogni to take back my privacy and safety. Incogni contacts hundreds and hundreds of data brokers on your behalf and legally demands they delete your personal data. I've already had my information scrubbed from 324 brokers. Yay! And Incogni makes sure your data is gone for good. The result, less spam, fewer scam calls, and a lot less of your personal info floating around the internet like a clearing merchandise. Go to incogni.com/Stephanie. That's STEPHANIE. Save 60% when you sign up. Go now, incogni.com/Stephanie. If they can't find you, they can't scam you. That's incogni.com/Stephanie.
Hold the hell on. Hold the hell on. Are you seriously telling me that Donald Trump's gilded, gaudy, gold-drenched bullshit ballroom, the one they swore up and down was being bankrolled by private, anonymous, mystery money donors, is now getting handed to you and me like we signed up to underwrite his ego? Because I just watched people lined up at a gas station waiting to pay $4.09 a gallon just to get through their day. $4.09 in a line on purpose. Groceries are more expensive, farms are folding, storefronts are closing, veterans are being pushed onto street corners in the country they served. And we're being told over and over again that there's no money, that they're cutting unnecessary fat from the budget, that we have to be disciplined, responsible. This from a man who already racked up one of the largest debt explosions in this country's history and is now inflating it all over again like it's a party balloon with no ceiling. And somehow that same government looks you dead in the eye and says, sorry, no money for pediatric cancer research, no money for Alzheimer's, no money for schools, for services, for science, no money to feed hungry kids. But somehow, we've got money for a ballroom. A ballroom. A $400 million gold-plated, chandelier-choked vanity project that none of us asked for, none of us will ever dine in, dance in, or even catch a glimpse of unless we're scrubbing the floors after somebody else's fundraiser. And I want to know, where did all that donor money go? You told us it was privately funded. You said donors had it covered. So where is it? Because you don't tear down part of the people's house, our house, on the promise that somebody else is paying for it and then turn around and stick us with a bill like we won a raffle we never entered. No, absolutely the fuck not. Not while people are lining up to overpay for gas, not while families are cutting groceries down to crumbs, not while the answer to everything that actually matters is we can't afford it. But a ballroom for a billionaire? Now, all of a sudden, you've got money. Our money. Yeah. I don't fucking think so.
Hi, and welcome back. Just 998 days left to go in our countdown to liberty. Well, it's been a busy day in Donald Trump-landia today. Trump and his wife are still upset at Jimmy Kimmel for making a joke that they didn't think was funny. So now Donald Trump has decided not only does he want Kimmel fired, but his much compromised and weaponized FCC is going after the licenses of many ABC affiliates. Now, Trump wants to go after ABC's license, but I got news for you, Donnie. ABC, the network, doesn't have licenses. It's the individual stations, and somebody finally figured that out because that's now what they want to do. But don't forget, Donald Trump has fired all members of the National Science Board. Gosh, I guess we can go back to divining things over candles and by spreading incense on the ground, and maybe we don't need science anymore. It's all magic anyway. Just ask RFK Jr. And at the end of the day, do not forget, Donald Trump has once again decided to indict James Comey. It didn't work before, but maybe a second time. After all, Donald Trump knows what it's like. He's a convicted felon. Yes, our convicted felon president has decided to go after James Comey. You just can't make this shit up. And it's just Tuesday. Can't wait to see what the week brings now. See you next time.
Immigration is one of the most controversial and morally complex subjects in both America and modern Christianity, one that demands both nuance and thoughtful, studious discourse. Historically, the Christian right hasn't been interested in that, but they're divine at reducing things to catchy xenophobic catchphrases. Build the wall. Send them home. Go back where you came from. Deport them all. Keep America American. Stop the invasion. Jobs for Americans, not illegals. No amnesty. The God of the Bible consistently takes an unambiguously compassionate stance towards immigrants and strangers. Jesus commands individuals and nations to welcome the stranger and warns they'll be judged by how well they do it.
It's the Stephanie Miller Show.
Trump was very excited about hosting the king, and a lot of it is because Trump's mom was a great fan of the royal family.
My wonderful mother, Mary McLeod. She came to America at 19, met my incredible father. We loved him so much. We all loved him. We loved her. We loved him, Fred, and they were married for 63 years. And excuse me if you don't mind. That's a record we won't be able to match, darling. I'm sorry. It's just not going to work out that way.
Wait a minute. Did he just make a joke about his death? He should be fired for that. Only Donald Trump would demand I be fired for making a joke about his old age and then a day later go out and make a joke about his own old age.
Yep.
Not to mention, as someone who posted that said, he's so busy being awful as to forget how incredibly weird Trump is.
Mm-hmm.
I thought maybe it's a reference to him leaving every wife, so that they probably won't make the record because, you know, if history's any guide.
Wow.
But perhaps I'm okay. Sherry Weiss says it's the most British, in the most British way possible. King Charles just told Trump and the Republicans to off and stop destroying the world. In the very most British way.
Yes.
Polite.
That was nice.
Very Bridgerton sort of way. Okay. Yes, lots of social media about like a real king schooling a wannabe king is immensely satisfying to hear. Not to mention just sort of bewildering. Atomic Dog says it is the United States' 250th anniversary, not Donald Trump's anniversary. Trump is not the nation. He is not the USA. Get his face off of our money, off our national park passes, off of our passports. This is a disgrace. That was the latest one yesterday, him putting his face on passports.
My passport is up for renewal, and so I'm going to have his face on my passport for the next 10 years.
I'm hoping what I heard is true, though, that you can only get it at the D.C. office, and you have to ask for it. So I don't think you have to have it, but I will check on it. But oh my God,
I don't want his face on my passport.
I got lucky with my national park pass. I got
you got it
right before they switched it over to the one of him and George Washington. I have the one where it's just like a bird and a flower. But I got very lucky, lucky.
They did a thing. Well, there won't be any more birds or flowers anymore at some point. They just fired the entire science board.
Of course.
Entirely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm sure Dr. Redlener will have no thoughts on that. But anyway, what was I saying? They did a thing like every other president, zero other presidents have ever has to have their name or face on anything. We're up to like 10 things that.
I always thought you had to be dead for at least 10 years before they put your face on something.
And you don't do it. You don't ask for it.
No.
God, that's why John F. Kennedy Memorial Performing Center.
Right.
Ay. A Gallup poll found only 10% of Americans approve of the job Republicans in Congress are doing, 86% actively disapproving of the GOP's behavior. Yay. How fast can November come? I just, okay. And I said I've been saying this all morning. This is not a coincidence, this timing. A Manhattan judge ruled Maureen Comey, the former federal prosecutor accused the Trump administration of firing her last year for political reasons, may proceed with her lawsuit in federal court over the government's objection. You know, this was just more petty vindictive, James Comey thing yesterday. Here is James Comey again yesterday.
It's really important that all of us remember this is not who we are as a country. This is not how the Department of Justice is supposed to be. And the good news is we get closer every day to restoring those values. Keep the faith.
Oh, God, let's hope so. Let's hope so. I like this one. Brett said the entire world feels like the teacher stepped out of the classroom and said she'll be right back. You know what we need? We need Sister Mary Oliphant.
Good morning, class. Good morning, class. Class. Thank you.
Okay, if you grew up in the 70s, particularly in Catholic school.
That was a Cheech and Chong bit. Yeah.
We need Sister Mary Oliphant.
We made a teacher quit in the middle of class.
Oh, did you?
Uh-huh.
What was your nun's name that hit you with the
Oh, Sister Luke.
Sister Luke.
All the nuns.
They were all named after dudes.
They all had dude names. There was Sister Philip Michael and Sister Luke, and
yeah.
There was one named Sister Angelique. I think she was like she was a trade student or something.
So we had Sister Dorothy was our disciplinarian. We just called her Dot, but then she would hit you again if she heard you call her Dot.
But like 9th grade, we made a teacher like leave class and she quit.
Oh, Sister Mary of the Rosary, we called her Beads. She also didn't enjoy that, and you'd get hit again by the Board of Education. Yeah, they were like that was like kind of sadistic humor that they called it. The Board of Education. That's what they hit you with.
Sister Luke had 2 of them. One of them had holes in it so that you could so that it would get a faster swing.
Y'all. I'm so glad I was born when I was.
You kids don't know how good you have it. We were struck regularly.
I only went to Catholic school for 1 year.
I did.
12 years hard time.
Only 1 year.
I did have a run-in with an issue with my 5th grade teacher, and then she said that she retired, but I found out later she was fired because of me.
What?
Yeah.
Bella Louise, what did you do?
I didn't do anything. She had a vendetta against me. She would always call me out. If she knew I wasn't paying attention or I was a little lost in class, she would always have me come up to the board and if it was
public
math,
humiliation.
Yes, it was like a public humiliation
It's the favorite tool of nuns.
Yeah, and we didn't like each other, and we were in a fire drill one day, and she said, everyone in a single file line. I was slightly out of line. She came up to me and pushed me in line. Oh, dear. And I go home, I tell my parents, she pushed me today. My parents tell the principal. I get called in the next day. Show me exactly where she put your hand. She pushed you. And then the next week, she was like, I'm retiring.
I always assumed they were big leses, but that's just been my gaydar.
This teacher had been at this school forever and used to teach 3rd grade. So a lot of my classmates had her previously and loved her. So when she said she was retiring, a lot of my best friends start bawling, crying, like, "Oh my God!"
This explains a lot about Bella. This is Bella's formative years. I feel like now we and Trump don't have anything to do with it. I feel like the scarring all happened before we even got to her.
Yeah.
Why did you make her quit? What did you guys do to her?
We weren't very well behaved, and she didn't have very good control over the class. And we were talking, and she kept telling us to be quiet, and then she just left.
She just left.
Wow.
And then the next day,
she has avoidant attachment.
The next day, the principal's wife came in and taught the class for the rest of the semester.
Wow.
That's not a very good lesson. Just split when things get tough. That's a crappy teacher.
Don't know whatever happened to her.
She's still running. Okay.
That was like 9th grade, I think.
All right.
Yeah.
When is the teacher going to be back? Is there ever going to be an end to this chaos? No. Jack says they couldn't make the first indictment stick, so they're back for round 2 on Comey. This isn't justice. This is a regime using the DOJ as a personal grudge machine, and you are paying for the spectacle. As someone pointed out, the fact that everything costs what it costs, and we are paying for all of this, for these vindictive prosecutions on top of everything else. And by the way, you just handed me this. There's move over taco. Nacho is the new word meant to mock Trump on Wall Street.
Yep.
It means... hold, please. Where is it?
Not a chance Hormuz opens.
There you go. Okay, so he is being openly mocked to his face by everybody. The king, Wall Street. This is just...
And Wall Street is whose love that he craves the most.
We are at boiling Iran's bunny phase in Fatal Attraction. Trump told his inner circle to prepare for a prolonged blockade of Iran to force the regime to comply with his demands. It's going to go on and on until they live up to their responsibilities. I don't know. The weird thing is, like, he thinks this, because I think he actually thinks he's a master negotiator. He thinks this is working. This is not working.
No.
Yeah. The president has continued to claim Iranian officials are searching for an end to the war. Really? Okay. Trump's decision represents a new phase of the sorts of war and highlights the fact that the president, who always seeks a quick and salable victory, is devoid of a silver bullet. Of course, because he's the biggest idiot in the world.
Yep.
Trump touted the blockade on Truth Social and saying the nation of Iran was in a state of collapse because of... Yeah, they seem to be producing like a Lego video a minute, not really... Oh, my God. As Malcolm Nance said, and we'll talk to him in a few minutes, we have already lost this war. It's just everyone's scrambling for a way to have him save face or whatever it is, right? It's just... It's insanity. Okay. Yes, Jeffrey Ward sums up yesterday. Kid Rock holds court at the Pentagon. You saw that. No, that wasn't your imagination. Comey gets indicted for a picture of seashells, and that bloated face will be on our passports. Dude, I'm out. People just... You know what? We are that flight attendant. We're going to grab a beer, and we're going to down the emergency chute, and we're just out, man. We're out of this timeline.
Yeah.
Oh, this is what David Pakman, our friend, pointed out what I was saying earlier to the absurdity of this ballroom. Trump's ballroom can only accommodate 1,000 people, and the White House Correspondents' Dinner is 200 to 2,500 people. Can someone please explain how this ballroom solves the problem from this past weekend? I mean, it's such an absurdity, right? The whole thing. Or what? Oh, I thought you were.
No, I had an itch.
Oh, I thought you were pointing at some new.
No, I had it.
Some new atrocity. What did I do?
No.
Okay, fine.
My odd job shaped head had an itch.
This video all over social media. Watch pedo Pol Pot step in front of King Charles to shake hands with a reception line that was there to greet the king. He is so embarrassing. Oh my God. Yeah, 0 days. In case you're still counting, Chris, and you're doing the math. 0 days of not being a complete international embarrassment. Okay, Todd Blanche on the big, Operation Seashells by the Seashore.
You mean the dad from the Wonder Years?
That has ensnared James Comey, yes.
The threat to kill the President of the United States. Both of these counts carry a maximum term of imprisonment of 10 years. So I think it's fair to say that threatening the life of anybody is dangerous and potentially a crime. Threatening the life of the President of the United States will never be tolerated by the Department of Justice.
Okay, as I mentioned, I don't know where my 8640. I have that T-shirt. It just means, obviously, I have impeach the mother or shirts. I have,
you were a waitress at one
25th
time.
Amendment. It means remove politically. Yeah. It's like, Hakeem Jeffries. God bless him yesterday, because they tried to cite him when he said, it's maximum. What did he say? He was clearly talking about redistricting wars. He said it's, maximum, war all the time. He meant, they know that.
Right.
They know he didn't mean violence. He meant redistricting.
86 is a restaurant term. It means you're out of something. So when you 86 the lava cake, that means it's not on the menu anymore. You're out.
Right. Todd Blanche was pressed by a reporter to explain the difference between free speech and an actual threat of violence. And he said, well, I don't know what critics say, especially today, but it's not a very difficult line to look at. And in my mind, not a difficult line for one crossover one way or another. Meaning, after the ballroom incident, we had to arrest James Comey. Threat to public safety today, right? I mean, so absurd. Here's, the reporter in Todd Blanche.
How will you prove intent when, as the director had acknowledged, Mr. Comey said he did not associate 86 with doing harm, and he took it down promptly, said it was political speech, not an intent to harm the president?
How do you prove intent in any case? You prove intent with witnesses, with documents, with the defendant himself to the extent it's appropriate, and that's how we'll prove intent in this case.
Who are the witnesses? Like a kid making a sandcastle? I saw them put the shells there. Seriously? He didn't even put the seashells there. He just took a picture of it when he was walking by on the beach with his wife. Oh my God. Okay, Kash Patel.
Former FBI Director James Comey has now been indicted for 2 felony counts. While many of you may read this indictment and view this matter as a simple investigation, it is the farthest thing from that. Every single investigation this FBI and our partners at the Department of Justice undertake, especially those that involve the threats to harm or hurt or even kill individuals, whether they hold public office or civilians in our country, are met with the same measure of investigative prowess and tools and personnel in partnership with the Department of Justice as anyone else. Mr. Comey will have his day in court and his ability to speak to a jury of his peers.
I assume he was one of the people stealing the bottles of champagne from the White House Correspondents' Dinner.
You know he was.
After he did such a crack job on security there.
That notorious drunk, allegedly?
Allegedly. Okay. Wow. So nobody's been arrested from the, for the child rape or anything like that, but they got the seashell picture taken guy. So, okay. Representative Jamie Raskin.
I mean, the charges here are just surreal and absurd, but of course, from the perspective of the person who's obviously calling the shots and proudly calling the shots under the unitary executive theory of the Justice Department in America, you know, it's not important whether or not the grand jury either, you know, indicts or doesn't indict, or whether the court throws it out or doesn't throw it out, or the person's convicted or not. What matters is that he can occupy Mr. Comey's time and lots of resources. It'll probably cost him hundreds of thousands of dollars to defend himself.
Exactly. That's the whole point. All right. Malcolm Nance coming up 21 minutes after the hour of this portion. Charlie, it's like a proctology exam. I just got it. It's over now. It's over.
Oh, well, first of all, I'm a little scared today because it's been a long time since I've seen Chris Lavoie unleashed.
Yes.
Oh, well, yeah.
I mean, you wouldn't like him when he's angry.
His shirt is tearing and he's turning a little green. So I'm wearing.
Yes. Yeah, I was a little Bill Bixby earlier.
He has to get all these sound bites.
I'm sensing some gamma radiation going through
and then he has to hear them back again.
Yeah.
And in case people don't know, Chris is the size of a UPS truck.
Yes.
So
indeed he is.
You wouldn't like him when he got mad. Hi, Bella.
Hello.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes. I thank you for introducing me with 2 Caroline Levitt quotes because.
Yeah. Great.
Shots were really fired.
Charlie, you wrote a piece. This is the wrong time for the predictable Democratic response to the correspondents' dinner shooting. You said, as much as I hate the White House Correspondents' Dinner and I hate it with the heat of the surface of Mercury, I will not mock or make light of anyone who dove under the tables last Saturday night. That was the other thing, Charlie. I don't know who. I heard somebody saying like, "Oh, this conspiracy and that that we were all in on it." Nobody said the journalists were in on it. I think we.
Well, you know what? I've discovered that nobody says a lot of things that get traction.
Right.
You know.
Right. Yeah. No.
Nobody is calling. No Democrat I know. I mean, it all started with defund the police.
Right. Right.
No serious Democrat ever said defund the police.
Thank you. Yeah.
That I'm aware of.
I mean,
but no Democrat has called for the president to be killed.
Yeah.
And by the way, the guy never made it down to the right floor.
Right.
I mean, yeah, it was a scary moment, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But this guy got stopped pretty quickly.
Well, and you pointed, Charlie, in your piece of something I've been talking about all morning. You said if you're the MAGA robot army or you're Dana Bash, you lay the events at the feet of dangerous extremists like Jamie Raskin. I mean, of all people to ask, right?
Well, Dana Bash's example of dangerous political rhetoric was, "You said the president was bad for the country."
Right.
Can you think of a president that hasn't been aimed at?
Yeah.
Ever?
Yeah. Exactly.
I mean, people thought Abraham Lincoln was bad for the country.
Right. So you said if you're the Democrats and you even have the ghosts of the Coglione, you go on criticizing this president and his renegade band of misfits and lickspittles, and you train yourself not to care about the civility police. Cole Allen did what he did for his own mad reasons. The crimes and insanity of the past decade turned his mind into a furnace in which all these things melted together and then congealed into an unmovable obsession. And then he went and got his guns. Too many damn guns. I mean,
yeah. That to me is the ultimate, lesson of Saturday night, and it's the one nobody's talking about.
Yeah.
It's too easy for crazy people to arm themselves.
Yeah. Yeah, and as I keep saying over and over, Charlie, this manifesto... Oh, hi, Free Speech TV land. You know what? May 1st, come on. Working people across this country are going to come together, send a clear message. No work, no school, no shopping.
No.
So if you want to stand in solidarity and keep all of us on the air, free speech under attack like never before between, Jim Comey, Jimmy Kimmel, other people not named Jim.
Yes.
Yeah. 877-378-8669 or go to freespeech.org/donate. Thank you, Andrew, and all of our other generous frontline funders. Please, please, please give right now. Charlie, it's like a proctology exam. I just got it. It's over now. It's over.
Oh, well,
yeah.
First of all, I'm a little scared today because it's been a long time since I've seen Chris Lavoie unleashed.
Yes.
Oh, well, yeah.
I mean, you wouldn't like him when he's angry.
His shirt is tearing and he's turning a little green. So I'm wearing.
Yes. Yeah, I was a little Bill Bixby earlier.
He has to get all these sound bites.
I'm sensing some gamma radiation going through
And then he has to hear them back again.
Yeah.
And in case people don't know, Chris is the size of a UPS truck.
Yes.
So
indeed he is.
you wouldn't like him when he got mad. Hi, Bella.
Hello.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes. I thank you for, introducing me with 2 Caroline Levitt quotes because.
Yeah. Great.
Shots were really fired.
Charlie, you wrote a piece. This is the wrong time for the predictable Democratic response to the correspondents' dinner shooting. You said, as much as I hate the White House Correspondents' Dinner and I hate it with the heat of the surface of mercury, I will not mock or make light of anyone who dove under the tables last Saturday night. That was the other thing, Charlie. I don't know who. I heard somebody saying like, "Oh, this conspiracy and that that we were all in on it." Nobody said the journalists were in on it. I think we.
Well, you know what? I've discovered that nobody says a lot of things that get traction.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. No.
Stephanie Miller.
You think these news sites are exhausting? This is Clyde's sloth. That his sloth toy that he is more obsessed with than Punch the Monkey is obsessed with his stuffed monkey. So let me explain. How my nights go. Clyde, I'm trying to sleep finally from these news cycles. Chris and I just hear.
What was Clyde doing?
And I already just took him out, so I know he doesn't have to go to the bathroom. He has dropped his sloth toy off the side of the bed, but I must go get it for him.
Of course.
So he will sit there and whine.
Because he's too dumb to figure out how to get it back up on the bed himself.
You understand? The game of fetch around here, I am the one that fetches. This is how it works.
He's trained you well.
Yes, he throws the sloth toy off the bed and then he whines until I go get it for him. He cannot get off the bed to get the sloth.
He trained you.
Yes. God, I'm exhausted by my life. Okay. Somebody posted the United States government filed a legal document this week explaining to the United Nations why we went to war in Iran. The explanation was not an imminent threat to Americans. It was not our national interest. The State Department's own legal advisor wrote that the United States entered this conflict, quote, at the request of Israel. Which is exactly what we've been saying. Yep. We got dog walked into this disaster. Yep. Okay, there it is. Oh, look, it's the new Trump passport, everybody. Trump is putting his name and face on government buildings. He's adding the signature to paper currency and his face to a commemorative coin. He has already put his face on national parks passes. Now he wants his face on passports. There it is, the headline. State Department finalizing plan to put the Trump picture on all United States. That big glowering piece of. Okay.
But like you were saying, it takes some doing to get.
I hope so. Yes, I will.
You have to go to the passport office in D.C.
I
or
don't
something.
I think you have to request it.
Okay.
I don't think.
I'm not going to request that piece of.
All right, Malcolm Nance next. Well, if you are heading into summer without a medical emergency kit, you're taking a risk most people don't even think about until it's too late. Summer colds linger, right? They can turn into sinus infections that can last for weeks. Getting sick right before vacation can derail everything. And when you're traveling, finding a doctor and a pharmacy is stressful. That's why I ordered a medical emergency kit. It's like having urgent care and a pharmacy right in your home. It includes essential prescriptions like amoxicillin and generic Z-Pak to treat a wide range of common and serious illnesses. So if you wake up sick at home or on the road, you already have what you need. No waiting for the doctor, no hours at urgent care, no pharmacy lines, no copays. Just match your symptoms to the right prescription in your guidebook or call their telemedicine doctor standing by. Start your meds sooner, feel better faster. Every home needs at least one medical emergency kit. Order yours online in minutes. It is shipped right to your door, and save $45 with my promo code Stephanie at urgentcarekit.com/Stephanie. That's promo code Stephanie at urgentcarekit.com/Stephanie.
Hi, and welcome back. Just 998 days left to go in our countdown to liberty. Well, it's been a busy day in Donald Trump-landia today. Trump and his wife are still upset at Jimmy Kimmel for making a joke that they didn't think was funny. So now Donald Trump has decided not only does he want Kimmel fired, but his much compromised and weaponized FCC is going after the licenses of many ABC affiliates. Now, Trump wants to go after ABC's license, but I got news for you, Donnie. ABC, the network, doesn't have licenses. It's the individual stations, and somebody finally figured that out because that's now what they want to do. But don't forget, Donald Trump has fired all members of the National Science Board. Gosh, I guess we can go back to divining things over candles and by spreading incense on the ground, and maybe we don't need science anymore. It's all magic anyway. Just ask RFK Jr. And at the end of the day, do not forget, Donald Trump has once again decided to indict James Comey. It didn't work before, but maybe a second time. After all, Donald Trump knows what it's like. He's a convicted felon. Yes, our convicted felon president has decided to go after James Comey. You just can't make this shit up. And it's just Tuesday. Can't wait to see what the week brings now. See you next time.
Immigration is one of the most controversial and morally complex subjects in both America and modern Christianity, one that demands both nuance and thoughtful, studious discourse. Historically, the Christian right hasn't been interested in that, but they're divine at reducing things to catchy xenophobic catchphrases. Build the wall. Send them home. Go back where you came from. Deport them all. Keep America American. Stop the invasion. Jobs for Americans, not illegals. No amnesty. The God of the Bible consistently takes an unambiguously compassionate stance towards immigrants and strangers. Jesus commands individuals and nations to welcome the stranger and warns they'll be judged by how well they do it.
You say you can run through things Democrats have said? Donald Trump, enemy within, communists, Marxists, fascists, radical thugs, vermin, garbage, traitors, sick, party of hate, evil, and Satan. You're right about that data. It's disturbing. But the more important data to this is what's come out from Cato, which is where the violence is actually coming from, checking exactly the cause. There has been an uptick in left-wing violence. Absolutely, it is an issue. I want to solve it. But it's still more right-wing violence.
Yep. Absolutely.
You know, somebody wrote a book about that. It'll come to me. Talk to this guy first. Oh, it's that guy. Nah.
Let's dance to the sound with Steffi. Let's dance. Put on your big boy pants.
Well, Malcolm, I hate to... Good morning. Supreme Court limits key provision of the landmark Voting Rights Act. Okay. The hits keep coming. Good morning.
Wait, I missed that. What does the Supreme Court do now?
They I just came across that
they voided Louisiana's majority black House district.
Yeah. Okay.
Of course they did.
Of course.
Of course they did. You got to have that when the black guy did it ready at every moment.
Yes, because, by the way, he's trying to get Obama's Iran deal back, but, yeah.
When the black guy did it.
Black guy did it. Oh my God, Malcolm, where do we even start? But let's start with that. We were just saying, Wall Street has a new acronym for taco. What is it called?
Nacho.
Right.
Not a chance Hormuz opens.
I mean, so this.
Oh my God.
I mean, he thinks this strategy is working, this blockade, and just said, "Oh, it's going to go on, I don't know, forever," because he thinks somehow. Yeah. Go ahead.
Well, every morning at 9 a.m. Eastern Time, I do Substack Live with Jacob Crosbow, a Danish intelligence officer, and Waja Lyon, a political analyst. And this morning, we came to the conclusion I'm going to have to write an article called Trump is Economic Homicide. And right now, his, like the Wall Street Journal wrote, that he wants to keep the Strait of Hormuz closed. And any blockade will kill the global economy.
Hey, Malcolm.
They were warning
Malcolm.
A month ago.
Sorry, honey, we're having a really hard time hearing you. Is there what can we do? Is there? We can't.
No. Oh gosh.
Yeah.
No, your signal was fading out there for a second. So.
Yeah. All right. Let's keep trying. Go ahead. Sorry, but we're just getting every other word. Go ahead.
Okay. Let me do this on the phone. Can you hear me any better?
Yes. Perfect. A lot better.
Okay, that's good. I'm on the regular phone. Yeah, as I said, it appears that this strategy of continuing the blockade is economic homicide. It's like he wants to kill the global economy. Like, I'm called that movie Goodfellas, right? Where the guy says, "Oh, you didn't make your numbers this week. I don't care if you pay me. All right, you didn't make the sales you want. I don't care if you pay me." That appears to be his entire global strategy, and he's willing the global economic engine to do it. It's insane.
Yeah, I mean, you posted, Trump orders war to restart. I've ordered the United States Navy to shoot and kill any boat. First of all, you can't kill a boat, but okay. Small boats, though they may be. And then he talks the thing again about all their boats are at the bottom of the sea. He said, and then you said, does he know it restarts the whole war? I mean, he really is making it up on the fly.
He's a moron. Okay, let's just call this what it is, right? This is insanity. Giving that order, which fortunately the Department of Defense hasn't carried out at all, right? Thinking that, oh, it's okay, I think he really believes the war is over and that now he's in another phase where he can do what he wants. And he doesn't understand. You attack those small boats in the Strait of Hormuz, then they will bombard every power plant in Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, Qatar, United Arab Emirates. They will destroy the world's gas and oil engine over there. And Trump is completely oblivious to it. And now this is why I said I'm going to write that article, Economic Homicide.
Yeah.
He obviously is either making money or his friends are making money, and he doesn't care if it destroyed the rest of the world's economic engine.
Well, and if you think gas prices are bad now, I mean, so I guess the latest reporting, 7 ships crossed the Strait of Hormuz in 24 hours. That's a fraction of the average 140 daily passages before the Iran war began, right?
Sure. Yeah, one of them was a Russian oligarch billionaire's $200 million yacht that Pete Hegseth didn't have a problem with a sanctioned yacht going through. Look, they're not really stopping a lot of the Iranian oil tankers, but the Iranians are having trouble storing all that sweet, sweet gold oil that they have. And, but I think the weirdest component of this is blockade them, boycott them. That oil's not going anywhere. The problem is it's not coming to the United States. And the United States starts off every morning at a 2 million barrel deficit every day. And when Trump starts this idiocy that all that you have to do, 150 oil tankers are coming to the United States to buy U.S. oil. That's right. But that's the oil that is not going into the U.S. economic engine. Right. And that's why we're going to see $5 gasoline average across the United States in the next 2 to 3 weeks. And even worse, if this blockade continues a month, you're going to see $10 gas. I'm in the United Kingdom right now, just in case you guys didn't notice. $8 gasoline here.
Yeah. Speaking
$8
of
a gallon.
Oh my God! Speaking of United Kingdom, how about the King of England having to lecture us about democracy and checks and balances, the importance of NATO and alliances, and supporting Ukraine, on and on, right?
Yeah. Well, I was in a car park this morning, and this nice gentleman came over to me and goes, because he heard I was American, he goes, "Well, I see our king's trying to, rein in your crazy president." I go, this is the same guy who put out a picture of him with King Charles and goes, "Two kings." I mean, the man is a fool. He's an idiot disguised as a moron, wrapped in stupidity and double-dipped in insanity, and we're all having to live with it.
And Malcolm,
as I told the guy in the car park, by the way, I escaped.
I mean,
what are you doing here?
Oh, thank God you have a passport without his face on it yet.
Yeah.
Malcolm.
Oh my God.
So just yesterday, this second indictment of James Comey for taking a picture of seashells a year ago, them threatening to, yank Disney's FCC licenses over Jimmy Kimmel's joke. I mean, this is just on the day the king's lecturing us about authoritarianism. I mean, it's a lot, right, to process every day.
Look, I mean, it's an insane amount of mayhem. And don't forget, he likes mayhem. He thrives on mayhem. He loves what's happening here. It's me, the most narcissistic person in the world. I mean, and to have a king, the descendant of Mad King George III, who we knew he was nuts when he started urinating blue urine, right? Not with Donald Trump. This guy wears a size 54 diaper, and the press looks at it and thinks that this is awesome and that his suits are well cut, even though he's wearing double colostomy bags. Our country is crazy right now,
whether it's him cutting in front of the king to shake his own cabinet's hands, right? That we're there to shake King Charles' hand. To him, this 4 a.m. thing with him with a machine gun going, "No more Mr. Nice Guy around." I mean, could we be a bigger laughingstock around the world?
No. I'm getting it. Day, night, left, right, up, down, center. Okay? England has its own conservative movement here, but overwhelmingly, these people here hate them, and they hate what's going on over there, and they're laughing, at Prince Charles. Now, understand the major newspapers like the Times and the tabloids, they love Trump because they're right-wing crazies trying to get Nigel Farage into power, but even Farage is hauling butt away from Trump. Sorry.
Yeah.
You can say ass.
Away as quickly as possible. Oh, I can?
Yeah,
you
can say ass. So many asses, so little time.
God almighty. We're in a bad
we really are.
And speaking of, so Britain's new ambassador to Washington privately trashed the idea of a special relationship between the U.S. and the UK as backwards looking, claimed the U.S. Now reserves that designation for Israel only in newly leaked audio.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, he can be heard candidly telling students he dislikes the phrase special relationship, describing it as quite nostalgic, quite backwards looking. It has a lot of baggage to it. Probably one country that has a special relationship, and that's probably Israel. I
Accurate.
thought, I mean, King Charles, in the most British way possible, really bitch slapped Trump, though, right? I mean, I was thinking of you with him talking, promoting, helping Ukraine and why it's so important and why our alliances are so important is really in his face, didn't you think?
Yeah, but you're talking about, a rich uncle coming over to the house for Christmas dinner or Thanksgiving dinner and sitting there and talking rationally to the, Adderall drug addict 5-year-old.
It was like an intervention.
Around trying to, and it's you think that, he does this beautiful, eloquent speech in front of everybody, and everybody in the house is like, oh, he's showing him some guidance and some mentorship. No, tomorrow he's going to be ripping open every Christmas present, stomping through, crying, and pulling off the full, Veruca salt on everybody. He wants it now. Little whiny B-word.
Yeah. Yeah, bitch. Okay. Let me just fill in the blanks for you.
Right.
So I was curious, this whole ballroom incident. You reposted a couple of. You said you reposted Texas Paul, who said, "Am I understanding this correctly? The president, the vice president, the Speaker of the House, and the Secretary of State were all at the White House squares on a dinner, and security was so lax, a guy ran through security with a long gun. I call bolt." You retweeted our friend Allison at Mueller, she wrote, who said, "Why would they resume the program without knowing whether the gunman acted alone?" I mean,
right.
They just automatically make everyone suspicious about everything. You know, first of all, by having this commercial for the ballroom ready to go, right?
Yeah. Listen, I mean, these people will take advantage of anything. And now you have Lady Lindsay out there lifting her skirts asking for $400 million. And, you know, which, I'm sorry, I've seen some professional hoeing before, but this is Melania level, you know, terms of payout. You know, this is out of control. And we have these children up there all smiling after what you think is an attempted assassination attempt. Well, I have looked at the video, and I saw a policeman draw, aim, fire, miss that guy, and actually saw him shoot the other officer on the other side of the room.
Yeah.
So there's no evidence, certainly because Todd Blanche said that bullets disappeared. I know where that bullet is. It's in the body armor of that officer.
Yeah.
And those bullets tend to flatten like a coin. And he probably kept it, showing his buddies and friends. You're going to find out that guy didn't discharge his weapon at all.
Oy.
The policeman discharged his weapon and shot. It was a policeman who shot the other officer in friendly fire.
What a clown show, the whole thing. And by the way, speaking of
It's
money,
a
asking for...
clown show.
The Pentagon has asked Congress to codify its Department of War renaming and says that'll cost $52 million. I mean, I keep saying it, but seriously, asking the public to fund this ballroom, to fund this or to fund this stupid change to Department of War.
Listen.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Time to cut in here.
Go ahead.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, who is that guy that voted for the one Democrat that voted for the most recent bill that would have died if he hadn't voted? It is time
Fetterman.
to hold.
Fetterman,
Yes.
right?
No, not Fetterman was on the Senate.
Oh.
There's a guy on the House.
Oh,
I can't
okay.
remember. And, you know, we have got to hold feet to the fire, right? Now we all need to go to our representatives and say, not another inch. Not another inch. You will not rename this the Department of War. You will not give them another $200 billion. We will not fund that thing. And you know, there's a few Democrats out there that are just straight up would rather, you know, go along to get along Democrats. I hate them. Yeah. Okay, I'm sorry. They're the people who are responsible for the destruction of democracy. Because one vote will take down all of the work that we do, you know, in this country. And, you know, we're out for the defense of what was the United States of America, which is now being despoiled, you know, with a guy with his criminal mugshot as president of the United States. He wants to put on passports, Mount Rushmore. Democrats, those must be primary Democrats are the ones that are responsible for this. And they allow this stuff to pass by one vote.
I got to ask a personal question because it relates to my best friend, but just because you brought up passports, there's been some reporting on that they're going to demand people with dual citizenship claim one or the other. My friend lives in Australia, but she's a U.S. citizen. Have you heard this? Like, I'm like, oh my God, what next? That you have to declare one or the other. You have to give up.
Yeah, but expect this to be whipped out by Marco Rubio at any time. You want to talk about, good God. You know, I thought for a minute there, I thought Lindsey Graham really has a lot of competition, right, in the manho category. And Marco Rubio, I don't know what he thinks he's going to get out of this future of destroying the legacy of Benjamin Franklin and Thomas Jefferson. There is no State Department. There's a department of you know, fluffing and sucking up. That's all there is.
All right, we are running late. We have to say tally ho to you over there.
Tally ho
in UK. We love you,
cheerio.
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 Fish and chips. In fact.
All right. Goodbye. 50 minutes.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye. 50 minutes after the hour. Aren't you happy to come on a Monday?
After 7 days in May, and what do you call it? 2 days of the 4 days? 2 days? How many days of the Condor?
2 days of the Condor
yes.
at this point.
Cliff, what was your reaction? I mean, it's just, I guess the problem, we were saying we're all just so numb to the chaos, to the, PR stunts, and that it turned into an instant commercial for the ballroom. It was like, what? You can understand, because an administration lies about everything. First of all, there's pictures of Trump looking like the only one that's not shocked. They got Vance out first. I don't know why. Like, the whole thing.
Why would you even get Vance out second? I mean, Vance is like, he's the extra spare parts if you need them. Think about it.
Yeah. But go ahead.
I put something up on Substack about this. The worst thing that it's hard to say the worst thing they've taken from us, but one of the worst things is reality, right? Which you hear about in totalitarian, in fascist regimes or whatever. And this is where they absolutely operate like a fascist regime.
Yeah.
We don't know what the truth is ever. And what we do know is this is a man who Jack Smith had in his filings, had not only called people in on January 6th, but had found ways through different channels to pay them and to do other things to cause that to happen, but he never got to go forward with that case. We know that he has been obviously settled for fraud with Trump University, all the stuff with women, adjudicated rapist, convicted felon, met with Putin, blah, 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 blah. So the point is, he's a pathological liar. There's nothing he values in the world as much as himself. He even was saying that he must be important because somebody tried to kill him.
Yeah. He's Abraham Lincoln.
Right. There's people that are killed every day, pal. They're not, you remember who William Henry Harrison is? He died. Okay, whatever. Point being, it's so the fact that in the United States of America, my reaction initially was this staged, which never would have happened during Bush 2 or Bush 1 or Reagan or any of the other people that I complain about.
Yep.
But we're at that point where we know he would do it if he can get away with it. We know that these are the types of evil people that do not care what if they do something like this and there's collateral damage, because that's what they see it and call it. Collateral damage. It's bombing fishermen off the coast of Venezuela.
Right.
They're evil.
Right.
And that's the worst thing, because I don't know it looks suspicious. I give you 10 different reasons why. It seems pretty damn suspicious to me, but I have absolutely no idea, and I don't know that we can.
Yeah. And also, just can we play the Norah O'Donnell? This is not I'm Guilty 101. Just here it is. From
The so-called manifesto is a stunning thing to read. And he also wrote this: I am no longer willing to permit a pedophile, rapist, and traitor to coat my hands with his crimes.
I'm not a rapist. I didn't rape anybody.
Do you think he was referring to you?
Excuse me.
Okay.
You read that.
He didn't refer to him by name, right? I mean, it's just. And also, sorry,
like
Norah O'Donnell, the follow-up is also, yes, you are in fact an adjudicated rapist, right?
I mean, you ever see the thing with Martin Short where he's the dude with the glasses? Like, what? Isn't me? I didn't do it. What are you talking about? Like, doesn't it feel like that?
It's me? It's him, right?
Wait, we're like rapists, and Trump's like, where? Who? What? Not me. I couldn't be me. I mean, you've been adjudicated by an actual judge a rapist, so in fact you are. But we haven't proven the 32 other cases that are pending of women accusing you. But I mean, again, like the fact that we even are talking about this, the Butler, Pennsylvania thing, that there's photographers lining up to get the best angle, and guys that would have been great, guys that literally broke Reagan's ribs, throwing him into a car, were allowed Trump to get back up and pump his fist as if there wasn't somebody there to take another shot. I mean,
can I just, on this subject of child rapist part, the pedophile part, why does no journalist, including whether it's Norah O'Donnell, bring up the fact that in the Epstein files, a woman that was interviewed by the FBI 4 times who testified that Trump raped her when she was 13, her testimony was used to convict both Ghislaine Maxwell and Jeffrey Epstein. So that's not worth at least a question to go, really, because she was deemed credible enough and accused you of rape that her testimony was used.
Stephanie Miller.
Yeah. Okay. Coffee with Carlos coming up. Ooh, this just in. Pam Bondi will appear before Congress to answer Epstein questions.
In May, next month.
Ruthlessly absurd. Yes, in late May. This was moments after House Democrats announced plans to hold her in contempt. There's speculation that's why Trump fired her, because he thought then she won't have to testify, which we were saying at the time she was subpoenaed herself, not her job,
not her
title. Right. She will testify behind closed doors, but under oath. Representative Garcia was asked, are you consider forcing a vote on subpoenaing Todd Blanche to appear before the committee? He said Todd Blanche is at the top of our list. He met with Ghislaine Maxwell, possibly multiple times, surely communicated. What are they hiding? What are they covering up? So absolutely, Todd Blanche is someone we want to speak to. Our friend, I'm her stalker, Katie Fang. We're dying to get her on the show. She is suing acting Attorney General Todd Blanche over Epstein files. Good for her. Fantastic. She said he is engaged in a brazen, shocking, and ongoing violation of law requiring the DOJ to release the entirety of the so-called Epstein files. The action on Monday by Fang seeks to hold Blanche personally responsible for the Justice Department's alleged failure to publish all the documents the government holds about Epstein. In February, Democrats said millions of documents are still being withheld, accused the department of a full-blown cover-up after Blanche, in effect, declared the investigation over. The Justice Department's Inspector General said it was launching its own audit. I don't have any confidence in anything Trump's government does to investigate itself, so hopefully we will get Katie on to talk about that, but good for her. All right, 58 minutes after the hour, Coffee with Carlos next.
Immigration is one of the most controversial and morally complex subjects in both America and modern Christianity, one that demands both nuance and thoughtful, studious discourse. Historically, the Christian right hasn't been interested in that, but they're divine at reducing things to catchy xenophobic catchphrases. Build the wall. Send them home. Go back where you came from. Deport them all. Keep America American. Stop the invasion. Jobs for Americans, not illegals. No amnesty. The God of the Bible consistently takes an unambiguously compassionate stance towards immigrants and strangers. Jesus commands individuals and nations to welcome the stranger and warns they'll be judged by how well they do it.
Hold the hell on. Hold the hell on. Are you seriously telling me that Donald Trump's gilded, gaudy, gold-drenched bullshit ballroom, the one they swore up and down was being bankrolled by private, anonymous, mystery money donors, is now getting handed to you and me like we signed up to underwrite his ego? Because I just watched people lined up at a gas station waiting to pay $4.09 a gallon just to get through their day. $4.09 in a line on purpose. Groceries are more expensive, farms are folding, storefronts are closing, veterans are being pushed onto street corners in the country they served. And we're being told over and over again that there's no money. that they're cutting unnecessary fat from the budget, that we have to be disciplined, responsible. This from a man who already racked up one of the largest debt explosions in this country's history and is now inflating it all over again like it's a party balloon with no ceiling. And somehow that same government looks you dead in the eye and says, sorry, no money for pediatric cancer research, no money for Alzheimer's, no money for schools, for services, for science, no money to feed hungry kids. But somehow, we've got money for a ballroom. A ballroom. A $400 million gold-plated, chandelier-choked vanity project that none of us asked for, none of us will ever dine in, dance in, or even catch a glimpse of unless we're scrubbing the floors after somebody else's fundraiser. And I want to know, where did all that donor money go? You told us it was privately funded. You said donors had it covered. So where is it? Because you don't tear down part of the people's house, our house, on the promise that somebody else is paying for it, and then turn around and stick us with a bill like we won a raffle we never entered. No, absolutely the fuck not. Not while people are lining up to overpay for gas, not while families are cutting groceries down to crumbs, not while the answer to everything that actually matters is we can't afford it. But a ballroom for a billionaire? Now, all of a sudden, you've got money. Our money. Yeah, I don't fucking think so.
Well, those spam texts and scam emails flooding your phone, they are not random. Scammers buy your personal info and data brokers are the ones selling it. Data brokers collect your name, address, phone number, even the meds you take and your income. Then they package it up and sell it to anyone willing to pay, including criminals. I use Incogni to take back my privacy and safety. Incogni contacts hundreds and hundreds of data brokers on your behalf and legally demands they delete your personal data. I've already had my information scrubbed from 324 brokers. Yay! And Incogni makes sure your data is gone for good. The result, less spam, fewer scam calls, and a lot less of your personal info floating around the internet like a clearing merchandise. Go to incogni.com/Stephanie. That's STEPHANIE. Save 60% when you sign up. Go now, incogni.com/Stephanie. If they can't find you, they can't scam you. That's incogni.com/Stephanie.
Hi, and welcome back. Just 998 days left to go in our countdown to liberty. Well, it's been a busy day in Donald Trump-landia today. Trump and his wife are still upset at Jimmy Kimmel for making a joke that they didn't think was funny. So now Donald Trump has decided not only does he want Kimmel fired, but his much compromised and weaponized FCC is going after the licenses of many ABC affiliates. Now, Trump wants to go after ABC's license, but I got news for you, Donnie. ABC, the network, doesn't have licenses. It's the individual stations, and somebody finally figured that out because that's now what they want to do. But don't forget, Donald Trump has fired all members of the National Science Board. Gosh, I guess we can go back to divining things over candles and by spreading incense on the ground, and maybe we don't need science anymore. It's all magic anyway. Just ask RFK Jr. And at the end of the day, do not forget, Donald Trump has once again decided to indict James Comey. It didn't work before, but maybe a second time. After all, Donald Trump knows what it's like. He's a convicted felon. Yes, our convicted felon president has decided to go after James Comey. You just can't make this shit up. And it's just Tuesday. Can't wait to see what the week brings now. See you next time.
It's the Stephanie Miller Show.
Let's start with what Donald Trump is really after here, weaponizing the DOJ to go after his political enemies. As you know, this indictment is not the first indictment that they've gone after Comey with. It's not the first indictment of going after a political enemy of Donald Trump's, or that he views as a political enemy. Tish James is one. He threatened to jail me, even though he has no particular evidence of any crime or anything. He just announced that he wants to jail me. He said the same thing, I think, about the California governor. He said the same thing about the mayor of Chicago. He thinks that he can use the power of the federal government to go after people that he doesn't like.
Yep.
Governor J.B. Pritzker, star of Stage, Screen, and, of course, Chicago sexy liberal. Okay, by the way, this whole ballroom thing, Feminist News says, if you're paying attention, the scam is becoming clear. Trump raises $300 million for his ballroom bunker, then gets the taxpayers to fund it instead and puts the $300 million in his pocket. That's exactly what I said. Where do you think that money's going? Right, that the companies gave to, it was clearly a money laundering scheme in the first place. It's all such a grift. All right, hey, look who's here. That guy.
That's good coffee.
I take it black, like my man.
Coffee with Carlos sells Rocky.
I'll have a Zimbabwe latte. I'll have a Kenya cappuccino.
Jim never has a second cup of coffee at home.
Mountain-grown coffee.
Carlos sells Rocky.
I was going to make espresso. Handpicked by Juan Valdez.
Coffee with Carlos.
Good to the last drop.
Hola, Carlos.
Hola, levántense para Jimmy Kimmel. Ahí están. Stand up for Jimmy Kimmel.
Yeah.
Go, Jimmy, go.
Isn't it just like a Flintstones background of stupidity? It's like James Comey indicted again for seashells, and then Jimmy Kimmel, let's get Jimmy Kimmel fired again. They're even running out of fascist ideas at this point.
Yeah. There was a Popeye episode that said something about I'm suing Popeye and Woody Woodpecker. They're very nasty. Laughing, Woody was laughing at me, going, I didn't like it, okay?
It's clearly
you know,
just...
for a ballroom, just take that Qatari jet airliner that you got on taxpayer dot and turn that into a ballroom.
Yeah.
There's only one entrance and exit there. Pretty easy to defend.
I mean, they're so predictable at this point. Clearly, like, they're still using this stupid ballroom. It turns out, like, these were like the cops from Reno 911, if you don't mind that reference again. Apparently, the shooter didn't even shoot. It looks like it was friendly fire, right, from, you know, the secrets.
Like, trying to capture the chicken in the Miami, Reno 911 Miami circular death squad.
Yes. I mean,
like a floor below.
But they're using that to get, the ball, and then, they cite for the reason they have to indict James Comey because, threats against the president is serious. And you're like, are you kidding me? He didn't even, we were saying, he didn't even arrange the seashells. He just took a picture of it. It's the most ridiculous indictment ever.
Yeah, it's like it's a food order. 86 the eggs, as a waitress would say. Hey, we got 86 the bacon. There's no more of it. We can't take it anymore.
Yeah.
86 it means to politically get rid of him, to vote him out. That's the way I interpret it.
Thank you. Exactly. I had a T-shirt that said it. It meant remove him, impeachment, 25th Amendment, whatever. I mean, that's what this is. But every single suck up in the GOP is going to say this. This is Jim Banks, Indiana.
James Comey deserves to be indicted for a lot of reasons. He totally abused his power. The way that he used that power against President Trump had drastic and negative effects on this country. Everyone knows what that post meant, 8647. Everybody knows what that means. He knew what that meant as well, and he should be held accountable for it.
Oh, my God. I just start with anything. With him tweeting the picture of Biden in the back of the pickup truck, bound and gagged. I believe that said 8646 on it.
I believe
him
Trump...
saying Second Amendment remedies for Hillary. I mean, give me a break.
Yeah, right. If Hillary could become president and then stack that Supreme Court, and there's nothing you can do unless, you believe in the Second Amendment.
Yeah.
Get out of here. They're such weasels. They're so frail. They're such...
Frail. Frail is a good word for them.
Yeah. For people have been calling us snowflakes forever. It's just unbelievable.
When I sort of think about it this morning, it's not that they're following their fealty to Trump. It's that they picked a guy that they knew that would give them everything they wanted. That's why they support him. They want these things. They want minorities to be less than. They want women to be less than.
Yeah.
They want white people to take over. They love billionaires. This is what they want. It's not like they're afraid of Trump. They're like, keep treating that guy great because he's giving us what we want. That's the dark side.
Yeah. Yeah. And here's Melania's senior advisor on Jimmy Kimmel.
Oh, no, money.
It's done. It's over. Jimmy Kimmel should be terminated from ABC. And I think ABC needs to determine, is this the type of person and violent rhetoric that it wants to affiliate with?
Oh, my God.
Is that Harvey Firestein?
Kind of sounds like it. Yeah.
He needs to be terminated.
Melania wants to
That
be loved.
Violent rhetoric. Nobody's
Is that
falling
so
for it
wrong?
anymore. Epstein files. Trump's been hanging in Epstein files. It's a big cover. How crappy do you have to be at your job to fake martyrdom every 6 months?
And I love
They're
that.
shooting at me. What are my poll numbers? Somebody shoot at me.
Also, how long ago was that? Several days before this happened. So we're going to go
3
back
days.
in time and fire comedians for jokes they made. It's just so insane, the whole thing, right? And that's what they're just trying to bully and threaten ABC to fire him. They're trying to say, well, yank your FCC license, whatever, right?
Yeah, and don't call me a fascist or I'll fire you from television with the FCC.
By the way, did you see the picture of the king and queen and Trump and Melania from behind? And Trump has his hand on Melania's ass, and someone's like, "That's going to cost extra."
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you had a bunch of what do you call it? You said the people who called January, or you were retweeting the people who called January 6th a friendly tour don't want you to say the Correspondents' Dinner incident was staged. You said if only the Capitol Police were beaten, as in some cases lost their lives after, it simply requested a ballroom. Don't forget who started that day.
Yep.
And you said some say it was staged, others say it was real. I say they were just making sure he wouldn't fall asleep in public again.
Yeah.
Because they lie about everything, and everything seems suspect. The lack security, all of it, right?
Yeah, and unfortunately, they have a willing audience that needs to believe it. It is. We jokingly call it a cult, but it's a cult.
Right.
You can just spin anything into they are the enemy, which he has said. They're the fake news. They're against you. We're not going to have a country anymore. They're the enemy. We're the heroes. Believe me, trust me, and they do.
Yeah. One last one. You posted the thing about that dinner distraction last night is in addition to ruining the environment for oil, Chilean mining companies providing no health care plan, tanking the economy while starting a war, masked thugs beating up citizens. Trump is a greedy, disgusting pig who only cares about money.
It's fact. Yeah. It's not opinion. Sorry. Yeah. That's factually backed up. Just one quick Google search is like, say, that Carlos kid is right. No notes.
Exactly. No,
we forget with all this distraction about how the horrible firing the board of scientists, getting rid of the Forest Service, letting Chilean mining company come and destroy water near Minnesota, pristine lands.
Yeah.
He's just gross. How the destruction of the Infrastructure Act, which was building new electrical outlets for cars, chargers, how forward we were going. It reminds me of Reagan taking the solar panels off.
Yeah.
China's crushing us with renewable energy.
King Charles, when he talked about nature being our best resource, got no applause. J.D. Vance doesn't stand for that.
They're so afraid.
Yeah. And then he has to lecture us on democracy, the King of England, on checks and balances. Right?
The King of England wants nature, right? Trump is Blade Runner. Just build a fake animatronic owl and give me a Rachel. Just build a Rachel that looks like Melania, okay? That's all I need. And a golf course.
So, yeah, Malcolm Nance, we spoke about this as well. So reporters saying even 3 days after the White House Correspondents' Dinner shooting, Trump's FBI still not sure who shot a Secret Service agent during the incident. Could it be because the head of the FBI is drunk, allegedly?
Oh, well, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
They say the origin of the shot that struck the agent is still unknown. They've not found the fragment that pierced a Secret Service officer's bulletproof vest at the dinner Saturday, leaving it unable to say for certain. So that's the reporting, obviously, is they don't think that this was friendly fire.
That they don't, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and again, so much information on the shooter on this one. Nothing about the guy from Butler, Pennsylvania. There's no manifestos, nothing about him. We know he was a Republican, right? This kid, apparently.
Right.
Too young to vote, but
yeah,
still. Yeah, nothing about him.
Yeah.
We don't know anything about him.
Yeah. Jim Banks wasn't done sucking up. This was this is about
Jim.
Yes, what did someone call it? An urgent need. We urgently need a ballroom.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, the next time that we have a Democrat president and Democrats who are going to receptions and parties at the White House, they're going to love the big, beautiful ballroom that Donald Trump built for them and for the country. I mean, it's something that I think we can all look forward to and celebrate.
Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry,
It's just
Bert.
like we're going to love the war, too, that he started. Nobody wants the ballroom.
No one wants
We didn't
anything
want it.
he's doing.
We don't need the ballroom.
By the way, speaking of people sucking up to him like FIFA, we saved this story for you.
Yeah.
The FIFA Peace Prize. I'm starting to lose confidence in the FIFA Peace Prize.
You think?
But FIFA asked for its president to be given a full motorcade escort for the organization's annual Congress in Vancouver this week, similar to the kind of arrangements usually reserved for the Pope or a United States president. I mean, this organization was already ridiculous by giving some fake Peace Prize to Trump, right?
Yeah, they're corrupt. They take a lot of money from Qatar, from all these from Russia. When they had the World Cup there, they'll sell out to the highest bidder.
I mean, have you seen the prices for World Cup tickets here in Los Angeles?
Yeah.
Holy cow!
Yeah.
I'd like a cup of ice, $12,000, please.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
forget about
one
going
more
to see a country that you love play in the World Cup.
Yeah. One more ballroom suck up. This would be Representative Riley Moore, Republican of Texas.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
You would think this town would be tired of Donald Trump being right all the time. And whether it's a short-term prediction that comes true or a long-term, this president has always had the ability to see around corners, kind of long horizon, and make decisions that are best either for the country or for his business, which is why he was such a successful businessman.
But he wasn't.
We need to have that ballroom built, and God bless the president for doing it.
Oh, God.
Yeah, God
Cut
bless
to that
the United States. Yeah.
Cut to that guy in a Super 8 motel practicing that same speech in a mirror. His oversized boxer.
God bless.
The president is really
United
great.
States.
We need to have this. By himself, the bag of Cheetos.
You can't
What
be a good
loser.
businessman if you've declared bankruptcy 4 times.
It's more than that, isn't it?
Was it more than 4?
I don't. Who can keep count?
Even if he was a good businessman, how does that affect the public which can't afford groceries?
Right.
Yeah.
With gas prices going up, with no health care plan. He's a great business. I don't care if he was, which is not true. It's still crappy for everybody.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's going to destroy the environment. He's a great business. He's a great.
Well, the founders of the country, the founding fathers, specifically designed the United States to not run like a business.
Yeah. By the way, we were saying that picture of Stephen Miller using his pregnant wife as a human shield at the White House Correspondents' Dinner. That's the emblem of the cowardice of the Republican Party at this time in our history. They're just cowards.
And then Trump standing behind the curtain like the exposed Wizard of Oz, just watching it all. Look at him. Hey, look at him run for me.
Well, that's why people are suspicious, too, because he's like, yeah, I guess I slowed the Secret Service down a little because I wanted to see what was happening. It's like, oh, because you knew it was like a show? Like, he did not act at any point like someone that thought he was in any danger.
Yeah, that one guy eating one of those cut-up cereal boxers of Fruit Loops, while everybody's under the table. Yeah, delicious. Hey, can I order some eggs? Come on, it's all staged. Nobody believes it anymore.
No one believes anything anymore. That's the problem. Is this government has no credibility with anybody. I've been saying all week, Carlos, this manifesto could have been written by anybody in MAGA. I mean, all of these prominent, when I do Guess the Quotes with Nick Fuentes and Candace Owens and Marjorie Taylor Greene about Trump and the Epstein files, that's basically this
Nancy
manifesto
Mace.
was not right. That doesn't necessarily have to be from the left, right? I mean, it's
no, he was a Christian, right?
Yes.
Yeah, he was. Take that part out.
Yeah, yes,
he is.
Hey, you know how we redacted the Epstein files? Let's get rid of the old Christian stuff, okay?
Yeah.
That's redaction.
Was that a Sharpie impression?
That was a Sharpie impression.
Oh, I thought it was Marjorie Taylor Greene's Talon. I wasn't sure.
No, that's.
Oh, okay, that's different.
Much more high. Yeah.
20 minutes. 20 minutes after the hour, this portion of the show.
Good morning. Yeah, I love that, there was what was called an assassination attempt, and everyone's like, did he get killed? No? All right.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. It's the way we are with all that.
You're probably like, do I have to be on Mondays again? Because every weekend with this crap, right? There's something.
I mean, 8 kids were killed in Shreveport, Louisiana, in a mass slaughter, and we've already forgotten about that.
Yeah.
So somebody getting to the floor above the ballroom, where the event was taking place, and we don't even know where the shots came from. That I don't even think they're sure that the guy shot anybody yet. It could have just been other shootings, other people, the Secret Service shooting.
Yeah.
But,
and also people calling BS, Ruta, you're not supposed to release all this information instantaneously. It's just very suspect that it's like, they've tweeted, and also, of course, talking before they actually know anything, right? And of course, I'm going, well, that's perfect. He's from California. He had to get that in, because he hates California. But I mean, you pointed out. Let's see. Somebody tweeted, "You, an idiot. This is why we need gun control. Trump, a genius. This is why we need a ballroom." And you just said it's very on the nose that a rich white guy would rather lock himself in a gilded safe room than do anything to actually make the country safer for everyone. Well, once again, it's never the time to talk about guns, right?
No. It's got nothing to do with the legal gun that the guy owned or guns that he owned. I mean, the whole thing, I think one reason they're releasing a bunch of information is because it was so public. There were so many people there to witness it, and to witness the arrest of the guy. I also think that, we tend to want everyone to be competent enough to pull off a conspiracy.
Yeah.
But I think you're giving them a lot of credit if you think that the only thing that this administration has ever succeeded at, it has involved, using a wrecking ball on something.
Yeah.
It has never succeeded at doing anything subtle.
Yeah, I mean, well, you said the reason for implying it was a so-called assassination attempt because Allen never got anywhere close enough to actually attempt to kill Trump or a member of his administration. Even Trump said this, and you just said if I were inclined towards conspiracy, it sure as F seems like the real reason would be to get Trump's GD Golden Ballroom Hitler bunker built. You said still it's effing weird how quickly coordinated reaction on the right was that the violence meant courts and historical preservation groups and Democrats and most of the public should back the F off and let the ballroom be finished. I mean, this campaign was like ready to go from every Republican and MAGA account.
Oh, Stephen Miller, after he got out, after groping his wife and shoving his pregnant wife in front of him, which, classy.
That is like the poster for the cowardice of this administration.
Well, that's exactly what happened at the end of The Dead Zone with Martin Sheen.
Yeah. Hey, Free Speech TV land, you know what, May 1st, I'm telling you, right? It's for the working people, solidarity.
Yes.
Please, this May Day, whether you're striking or participating in your own way, we ask you honor that legacy by supporting Free Speech TV today. In the spirit of solidarity, our frontline funders, I mean, come on.
It's a match day.
They will match your donations, especially that handsome, romantic Andrew. Yes. 877-378-8669. No matter which way Andrew rolls, he's happy right now.
Yeah,
Okay. Or go to freespeech.org/donate.
Good morning. Yeah, I love that, there was what was called an assassination attempt, and everyone's like, did he get killed? No? All right.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Yeah. It's the way we are with all that.
You're probably like, do I have to be on Mondays again? Because every weekend with this crap, right? There's something.
I mean, 8 kids were killed in Shreveport, Louisiana, in a mass slaughter, and we've already forgotten about that.
Yeah.
So somebody getting to the floor above the ballroom, where the event was taking place, and we don't even know where the shots came from. That I don't even think they're sure that the guy shot anybody yet. It could have just been other shootings, other people, the Secret Service shooting.
Yeah.
But
and also people calling BS, Ruta, you're not supposed to release all this information instantaneously. It's just very suspect that it's like, they've tweeted, and also, of course, talking before they actually know anything, right? And of course, I'm going, well, that's perfect. He's from California. He had to get that in, because he hates California. But I mean, you pointed out. Let's see. Somebody tweeted, "You, an idiot. This is why we need gun control." Trump
Stephanie Miller.
Yeah, do it. Do it. Coffee with Carlos. Carlos, I'm not saying that inadvertent seashell art crime is not the biggest threat to America, to the American security. However, Pam Bondi will be forced to testify end of May, Chris, about the child rape, the systemic child rape. And our friend Katie Fang bringing a lawsuit against Todd Blanche. Ro Khanna said Fang has brought in a historic lawsuit to stand up for survivors and for the release of all of the Epstein files as the law requires. This is one of the biggest cover-ups in the history of our nation. There must not be two tiers of justice. So, boy, there's been an awful lot of distractions, but I, for one, am not distracted by the child rape. I mean, by, that we've stopped talking. Oh, sorry. We can't hear you.
We can't hear you?
That we've stopped talking about it. I mean, it's and I think he's hoping that we'll stop talking about the Iran debacle too. He's just, gotten bored and moved
debacle, the climate debacle. He wants us to stop talking about what's wrong with the country and rather they're attacking us and they're evil and they're bad. Yeah, hopefully they'll force Pam Bondi to face, lock her so she can't spin in a circle and turn around. Face your accusers. Have some guts.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's, of course the women are the ones that are going to pay for it. Epstein did go to prison, but mysteriously took care of himself in prison. We never really talk about that anymore.
Oh my God, I know.
Go get her. Don't let up on the Epstein files.
Mark in Illinois, you're on with Carlos. Hey, Mark.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
We offer Trump a deal, no ballroom. In exchange, he can erect an arch over the bunker, thereby ensuring another Archie bunker in the White House.
Okay. By the way, have you seen the scale of this arch? It dwarfs like everything else in I'm just hoping that they're so stupid and incompetent that it actually, they do it like Stonehenge and Spinal Tap, and it's actually as big as that's what he drew on a cocktail napkin at Mar-a-Lago.
Everything, God, he's just such a 4-year-old child.
Yes.
I want the big Legos. The bigger Legos are better. There's fewer pieces, but I want it big. It's gotta be big because my ego's small and my parents never loved me.
Kent in North Carolina, you're on with Carlos. Hi, Kent.
Hi, good morning. Steph, let me see if I get everybody. Bonnie, Clyde, whom I saw doing something to that monkey.
Yeah.
Bella, Chris, and Lonnie, I see you. I can see around corners just like Trump.
Go ahead. Is it that phone system thing? No. Fantastic.
No. I think
Mark,
he was done.
Kent, he was done. He just wanted to say hi to everyone?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, hey, girl.
Hey.
All right, let me squeeze Bill in. Bill in Jersey, go ahead.
Yeah, hi, everybody.
Hi.
A lot of people, it must have slipped their mind that about a month ago, Russia had a plot called Operation Game Changer, where they were going to do a fake assassination of Orban in Hungary to get his numbers up.
Yeah.
And that's, I think, where all this started. And
yeah. Yep. Oh, sorry, honey. Hard break. Yeah, we'll talk more about that. Coffee with Carlos. Well, if you are heading into summer without a medical emergency kit, you're taking a risk most people don't even think about until it's too late. Summer colds linger, right? They can turn into sinus infections that can last for weeks. Getting sick right before vacation can derail everything. And when you're traveling, finding a doctor and a pharmacy is stressful. That's why I ordered a medical emergency kit. It's like having urgent care and a pharmacy right in your home. It includes essential prescriptions like amoxicillin and generic Z-Pak to treat a wide range of common and serious illnesses. So if you wake up sick at home or on the road, you already have what you need. No waiting for the doctor, no hours at urgent care, no pharmacy lines, no copays. Just match your symptoms to the right prescription in your guidebook or call their telemedicine doctor standing by. Start your meds sooner, feel better faster. Every home needs needs at least one medical emergency kit. Order yours online in minutes. It is shipped right to your door, and save $45 with my promo code Stephanie at urgentcarekit.com/Stephanie. That's promo code Stephanie at urgentcarekit.com/Stephanie.
Sick knew it again. America is in crisis, but patriots across the country are standing up to save her for ourselves and our posterity. Show your support with the No Kings lapel pin, a 1-inch by 1-inch standard American flag lapel pin embedded with our No Kings symbol. So much better than that tacky red hat. It's a subtle but powerful way to say you've had enough of wannabe dictators and you're doing something about it. Every day, keep our movement going by wearing this pin that clearly says what freedom-loving Americans are thinking. There are no kings in America, and there never will be. Go to store.politicalvoicesnetwork.com. That's store.politicalvoicesnetwork.com. Get your No Kings lapel pin now.
Hi, and welcome back. Just 998 days left to go in our countdown to liberty. Well, it's been a busy day in Donald Trump-landia today. Trump and his wife are still upset at Jimmy Kimmel for making a joke that they didn't think was funny. So now Donald Trump has decided not only does he want Kimmel fired, but his much compromised and weaponized FCC is going after the licenses of many ABC affiliates. Now, Trump wants to go after ABC's license, but I got news for you, Donnie. ABC, the network, doesn't have licenses. It's the individual stations, and somebody finally figured that out because that's now what they want to do. But don't forget, Donald Trump has fired all members of the National Science Board. Gosh, I guess we can go back to divining things over candles and by spreading incense on the ground, and maybe we don't need science anymore. It's all magic anyway. Just ask RFK Jr. And at the end of the day, do not forget, Donald Trump has once again decided to indict James Comey. It didn't work before, but maybe a second time. After all, Donald Trump knows what it's like. He's a convicted felon. Yes, our convicted felon president has decided to go after James Comey. You just can't make this shit up. And it's just Tuesday. Can't wait to see what the week brings now. See you next time.
They've hit peak ridiculous, making a big thing out of this joke. They then top themselves and criminally charge former FBI Director Jim Comey, who Trump doesn't like because he did his job and investigated him. They charged Comey once with obstruction and with making a false statement, which went nowhere. It got thrown out of court. So now they're charging him again, this time with threatening the president's life for this. This is not a joke. They charge him with threatening the president's life for this photo of seashells that spell out 8647. 86 is an old restaurant term. It means get rid of, and Trump is the 47th president. Trump's pets in the DOJ are claiming this is some kind of threat or call to violence, which even he should be embarrassed by this. Put that back up. That is not a threat. That is a piece of art your aunt with a beach house would buy on Etsy.
I mean, so last month at CPAC, the FCC chair Brendan Carr openly boasted he was getting all of Trump's critics off the air. This is exactly what King Charles was lecturing about. Yeah. About, not having a king, having checks and balances, go back to the Magna Carta. I mean, it was extraordinary. This is all happening. The persecution of Jim Comey and them talking about yanking Jimmy Kimmel's licenses. And the hyperbole. So Benny Johnson's one of these right-wing douche nozzles.
Smiling at Alligator Island where people are getting tortured.
He said, what Jimmy Kimmel does is he signals to left-wingers, you're going to be protected by me, Jimmy Kimmel, with taxpayer-funded infinity dollars.
What?
So you're a left-winger and you go murder a righty, then I, Jimmy Kimmel, will use my platform to honor you and protect you, so go kill more. That's what Jimmy Kimmel is saying.
Criticism is not a signal to murder somebody.
They're so ridiculous.
8647, ¿por qué?
I was going to say that is Kremlin-paid podcaster and serial liar Benny Johnson.
Benny Johnson, another white dude, pasty white, and probably, unfortunately, married, which is weird.
But also kind of gay-seeming.
Kind of gay-seeming, and who was warning us about this? Kamala Harris during the debates. Project 2025. Go on. I have nothing to do with another lie. I have nothing to do with it. Never heard of it.
Yeah. We always save the sporting of the sports for you.
Yes.
And this involves my hometown. Steph and the Mooks, you want some feel-good news? Look no further than your hometown of Buffalo, New York. Last night, the Sabres played the Bruins in the playoffs. Before the game, the guest singer of the national anthem stopped working as she started to sing "Oh Canada." The people of Buffalo pitched in and sang the anthem for her. It was so beautiful.
Look at that, Buffalo, right there on the border, right there. I mean, Buffalo.
Well, I grew up right next to Niagara Falls and Toronto. I mean, they're our cousins, our sisters, our brothers, whatever. Like, we have a close bond, or we did, with Canada, right?
Our friends against the North border, who have always been kind with Americans and sided with Americans, fought with the Americans in the Iraq debacle.
Right. I love that King Charles talked about, the beauty of the Ukrainian people and the need to support them. I mean, that was right in your face. And I'm telling you, the forces of good are starting to win. Ukraine and Moldova will be able to move forward with the process of joining the EU following Orban's defeat. So, and again, I just saw a new poll, Carlos, Democrats up by 10 points. We were just up by 6 last month. So
they're trying to cram as many Supreme Court cases as they can to gut all kinds of minority voting rights.
Yeah.
That's because the Democrats are up so bigly.
Yeah, Chris, you were mentioning this yesterday, that, Israel is also in a lot of disarray right now. So the centrist leader of Israel's opposition announced Sunday they'll combine forces in elections later. The merger is an apparent bid to reconstitute a partnership that temporarily unseated Netanyahu 5 years ago. They described the move as the first step in the process of uniting and repairing the state of Israel. We had to say in a legal paper to the UN, we were at the request of Israel is the reason we're in Iran, and it's just, I'm telling you, they're the three forces of evil in the world: Netanyahu, Trump, and Putin, right?
Yes, because 2 weeks away from creating giant spiders with acid that spits in their faces.
We love your Netanyahu.
I love your Netanyahu. Giant moths that fly over, they drop eggs, old rotten eggs on people. Good body.
It sounds like Party Rebel.
Party Rebel meets Netanyahu. Okay.
Shalom, Fred.
Louise in Pennsylvania. Hello, Louise. It's not only the best; it's the only Netanyahu impression in talk radio.
That's right.
Hi, Louise. Go ahead. You're on with Carlos.
Hey, first of all, thank you for all you do.
Oh, thank you.
You're my favorite.
Thank you.
Also, I was sitting. I was listening to some podcasts and stuff this morning, and they were talking about how Trump treats everyone, and they started about, the strange relationship that he has with the vice president, J.D. Vance.
Yeah.
And they were talking about the things that he did prior, blah, blah, blah. Nobody mentioned that they were going to hang the vice president. He was going to hang the vice president.
Yeah.
I thought, how come nobody's mentioning that?
I
and
know.
then then your screener said to me, she said, well, who was the vice president before? And I said, I don't know. And I said, wait a minute, hang Mike Pence.
That's what you remember.
Yeah. Somebody did a fake tour of the Capitol that Mike Johnson could give, King Charles. This is where MAGA all over the walls, and this is the gallows where they were going to hang Mike Pence, and this is where we were all hiding from the Patriots who were storming. Yeah, I mean, unbelievable. Would you like some gossip?
Okay.
J.D. because she mentioned the vice president. J.D. Vance pulls out. of a TPUSA event with Erica Kirk.
Tongues are wagging.
Weeks after she left him alone on a Georgia stage. Oh dear, trouble in paradise. A lover's spat, perhaps.
She's not going to be grabbing his ass anytime soon.
Vice President J.D. Vance pulled out of a Turning Point USA event with Erica Kirk weeks after she snubbed him in a similar event in Georgia. TPUSA confirmed that she would take the stage in Iowa University alone. It comes after Vance suffered an embarrassing experience at the University of Georgia, during which he was heckled while speaking to a largely empty arena, where Erica
had
lover spat. Who can say? I don't recognize the dry humping someone else's husband as one of the stages of grief, but maybe I lost a spouse.
Pyrotechnics is one of them.
Oh, is fireworks one?
Denial, anger, hump away.
Okay. Kent in North Carolina was we were talking to. You're on with Carlos. Hi, Kent. Go ahead.
Yeah, I got kind of shut off. Before I forget, shout out to Bill Press Castaways chat group. I'm still in that with a whole bunch of really nice, good people, and we all listen to Step in the morning. Anyway, I was going to say, when I worked for that company that delivered live plants to these auditoriums and ballrooms and stuff, the security was incredible. We were scanned, our bodies scanned thing like a TSA does, and they had these
3, 2, 1
underneath all of our trucks and inspect them, and they had chemical detectors because Tim McVeigh had already done his thing in Oklahoma City. And they were so sensitive, we would have to open the back of the trucks and take out the propane heaters to keep those plants from frosting.
Yeah.
And they said that the fumes from the propane heaters would have set those things off. So it was quite an ordeal, and about half of us were allowed into the underground garage at the Kennedy Center, and we had 3 or 4 guys that had to stay out in the other trucks because they had not been able to pass background checks. And they're leading me to believe that security is more lax now after all the crap Trump thinks he's been.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It makes the whole thing suspect. Chris and I have, been to the White House. We've been, had Pelosi here. We've done you're going, this is every single person in the line of succession to the presidency, and they don't even designate it at the highest level of national security.
We've also been to our fair share of conventions too, and security for conventions is insane.
Yeah.
There are blocks and blocks of concentric circles of security.
Yeah.
Yeah, somebody dropped that GIF or whatever from the Monty Python and the Holy Grail, where the 2 guards are guarding the castle, and it's the same place, runs by them.
Yeah.
Hey, it was so comically bad. He just happened to go to his first correspondence dinner ever that night. He decided to go.
Yeah.
All the members of the press are there so they can witness this, get people on both sides, so when they see it, they can say. Again, that guy enjoying his scone.
And they're all up there in unison going, now we need to really all unite as a country. Really? It's like when his poll numbers are in the basement and the Iran deal is falling apart for the umpteenth time, and you're like, suddenly we all must unite now behind our dear leader. I'm like, yay.
These Call of Duty guys with their lights on their helmets. It was all cosplay. It was
my God.
gross.
And Trump with this latest thing with him holding a machine gun, of course, that he's never picked up in his life to defend his country.
And again, if
coward.
He's in danger, what's he doing standing behind the curtain watching it?
Yeah.
He's not in danger.
But Iran is laughing their ass off at him. It's like, what's the thing he said? What's the thing he said before? They're let them be warned or something. It's him and AI with a tough guy, and they're just laughing their asses off.
No more Mr. Nice Guy.
Yeah, no more Mr. They're like, ooh, now we're scared. Ooh,
no
an AI
Mr.
picture
Bone
of you.
Spurs. Mr. Bone Spurs. Mr. Bone Spurs.
This is exciting. Democratic State Rep James Tallarico is leading both of his prospective Republican opponents in a new poll of Texas U.S. Senate race. This is a BFD, in my opinion. Oh, please, God, let this happen. He's leading Cornyn by 3 percentage points and Paxton by 5 percentage points. Trump has not endorsed yet, so
hopefully it's Friday night lights out for Cornyn.
I see. You sported the sports in the middle of my politics.
Yeah.
You got your sports in my politics. Okay. All right.
Clear eyes, full hearts, can't lose.
Something.
I think that was it.
Something.
I never watched this show.
I did. Okay. Carlos, I say this for you because I know we've all had, Fox News watching relatives or in-laws or. And I just thought this was so interesting. They did if Fox News viewers were paid to watch CNN, it actually changed their views. This goes to the importance of hopefully places like Free Speech TV, all of the people we have on, the independent media, that it does make a difference, right? The information people get really does make a difference. And
we are all stuck in our echo chambers and our algorithms. I happen to think that the echo chamber that we pay attention to most is full of facts. I think the other one isn't. Again, I knew somebody pretty close to myself who had never actually seen footage of the Proud Boys breaking through the window of the Capitol. They've never seen that footage because they existed only in that right-wing echo chamber.
And you can say, oh, you have bias, you're in your bubble, but you're absolutely right. I mean, Bella can tell you what a complete fact-checking pain in the ass Chris Lavoie is.
Yes.
We only do facts here, and we correct
facts and farts. Stephanie Miller Show.
Facts and farts.
If we get something wrong. But they don't do that. I mean, they deliberately misinform on the right. But this was an interesting piece. They said the prevailing logic in today's political world is that polarization is worsening because people live in media echo chambers where they're only exposed to outlets that mirror their own views. People who live in echo chambers come to distrust any opinions outside their bubbles, especially when they're not exposed to conflicting information. So a new working paper by researchers from Yale and Berkeley found that when people are removed from their bubbles, there's a chance they will change their minds. And this is important going into the midterms, don't you think?
Yeah, and this is why somebody like Jimmy Kimmel, who you don't have to watch, by the way, is important.
Right, and that's why they're trying to stamp out all of these places where you're getting actual, facts and opposing views. I keep saying late-night comedians are doing better journalism than the rest of the mainstream media, and that's why it drives them insane.
Yeah, and where's Vince Vaughn to go, hey, Trump, you're crazy for trying to take Kimmel off the air? Where's Vince Vaughn who says he's complaining about late-night hosts bringing politics into it? Well, if you speak up, we don't have to. Have some cojones.
So they paid regular Fox viewers $15 an hour to watch CNN for around 7 hours a week for a month. The researchers then surveyed them about their political beliefs, knowledge of current events. It was conducted actually in the fall of 2020 at the height of COVID and the lead up to the presidential election. When participants were polled, researchers found they were 5 percentage points more likely to believe that people suffer from long COVID, 6 points more likely to think other countries did a better job of controlling the virus, and 7 points more likely to support voting by mail. Those are just,
what would turn people's heads around is have people read the unredacted Epstein files. Here it is. Nothing's redacted. Read it for yourselves. Oh, facts. They're creeps. Get rid of them.
I've said it before, and especially when I'm on Fox, I'm sitting in the bubble, and I'm like, oh my God, they just don't report anything that's bad news.
Yeah, you and Jessica Tarlow, right?
Yeah. Fox viewers, after Fox viewers switched to CNN, their opinions on social justice protests happening at the time changed. Switchers were 10 points less likely to think Biden supporters were happy when police got shot. 13 points less likely to believe that if Biden was elected, we'll see many more police get shot by Black Lives Matter activists. Many of the participants also realized that when it came to Trump, they weren't getting the whole story. After watching a steady diet of CNN, they were less likely to agree that if Trump did something bad, Fox News would discuss it. Despite regular Fox News viewer being largely partisans, we found manifold effects of changing the slant of their media diets on their factual beliefs, attitude, perceptions, and issues of importance in overall political views. The authors of the study said. I mean, and why do you think now this merger, they want to take over CNN so that CNN becomes, Trump central?
Sure, Ellison,
And by the way, CBS, their ratings have plummeted since they took this pro-Trump. It's not even good business. It's not even good business.
Yeah, when you go after a network which is used to giving facts to its viewers and suddenly the facts aren't there anymore, they're going, hey, this is garbage, man. That worked with Fox because you were working from ground zero, which was old people who had nothing but time on their hands. And again, I saw that in 2014 in Cedar Rapids, Minnesota, Grand Rapids, I think, where Francis Epelgum is from, and a TV right there in the Dairy Queen blowing up Fox News. I want a Frosty, and hey, is that Sean Hannity?
49 minutes after the hour, this portion of this.
Every one of those reporters, if we had a real media, we didn't have a corporate-owned bunch of automatons, would sit there and they would look at him and they'd say, well, you've been accused by numerous women, including one that actually filed a lawsuit originally against you. What do you have to say about that? They at least would make him comment on it.
Yeah, and I mean, Chris has long talked about this whole thing in the first place, just this boozing it up and, laughing it up with people you're supposed to be covering as journalists. But, particularly this administration that's been targeting and, threatening and suing journalists, the fact that they were there. And again, Cliff, I was saying, I'm tired of being tissed by people like, people that are saying this is conspiracy and we were all in on it. Well, first of all, no one said the journalists were all in on it. You know what I mean? Like that's not part of the conspiracy. We're saying it would not be beyond Trump to stage something like this, to do a commercial for his ballroom. We're not denying that the journalists were there and were terrified and that there was an actual shooter. That's not the part that's the conspiracy, right?
You may be saying that. I'm saying the ghost of Genghis Khan and Thanos and maybe Jaws and they all were involved in this vast, wild conspiracy. I mean, what are we doing? How are we living in this? Like, it's House of Cards became a Disney ride and we're all stuck on it. And we can't get off, which would make sense because Disney's a monopoly that sucks. But in any case, I just... The fact that we have to sit here and have this conversation because somebody who is so bereft of any positive qualities is in this job.
Well, and also,
I mean, again,
look at this headline: Trump denies falling down while fleeing shooting. It's on tape twice. How can you not be suspicious? He lies about absolutely everything.
Right. He looks you in the face and tells you like this. I mean, straight up Hormuz. My God, it's been open and closed so many times. The Strait of Hormuz must be exhausted. It's open, it's closed, it's open, it's closed, it's up, it's down.
It's clopened. But yeah, Trump. Also, it's just that instantaneously they're up there like after a high school play, they're all smiling and smirking, and Trump's like, promoting the ballroom, saying it'll be drone-proof with bulletproof glass. That's why the military's demanding it. They wanted the ballroom for 150 years. No, they didn't. No one's ever even mentioned it. For a lot of different reasons. But today's a little bit different. We need levels of security no one's probably ever seen before.
You didn't know for Lincoln to protect him, and that's why he died, because they didn't have the bulletproof ballroom.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
but
150
again,
years ago, or
Cliff, we've been saying all morning, the White House Correspondents' Dinner is never at the White House. Like, it's just a logical disconnect anyway, and that's like saying the president can't go anywhere except the ballroom, right?
Right. So, exactly. Or is it going to be like a moving ballroom? So it's like one of those homes you see
a mobile
on wheels.
ballroom, yes.
He just goes everywhere in the ballroom, and it's like a bubble boy, but he'll always have the ballroom, and he'll be safe.
Oh my God! And the way his tell is always the way he says it. He goes, "I didn't want to say this, but it's why we have the ballroom." Of course, you wanted to say this.
Right. But the moment you say, "I didn't want to say this," you wanted to say it. Well, I would like the ballroom to be consulted on our strategy in Iraq or Iran, because apparently the ballroom is so amazing that maybe it could figure out a way to actually win there. So maybe they should get it involved. I don't know, because they suck at everything they do. If this was not a setup, then think about what that tells you about the incompetence that this guy got to the second floor and was really not far away from busting through the doors where the president and vice president, where we have the whole line of succession there. Mike Johnson was there.
All the same questions we and MAGA have about Butler. You're like, how could this possibly... I mean, did you see how close he was? You're just like, okay.
Right. So, the guy at Butler was like sitting up on the roof suntanning for 3 hours.
Yeah.
You know, it was like, oh, yeah, okay, that happens. Sure.
So, and also, it was, I don't know if they literally, Cliff, are with us at this point, but Caroline Leavitt literally saying before the thing, shots will be fired. I mean, there was also a Fox reporter on air whose phone call got lost suddenly because she was talking about, it's what sounded like, oh, that Caroline Leavitt's husband was warning her to be safe or something. This is before, and then suddenly like, oh, we've lost that call. And, cell phone overload or something, blah, blah. Well, yeah, do we have that? I mean, go ahead. Yeah, Caroline Leavitt.
It'll be funny. It'll be entertaining. There will be some shots fired tonight in the room. So everyone should tune in. It's going to be really great. I'm looking forward to hearing that laugh.
Yeah.
Like, come on. Come on.
Stephanie Miller.
The Stephanie Miller Show, Coffee with Carlos Alzaraki. Former Representative Barney Frank has entered home hospice care. He says one of his regrets is he won't live to enjoy the continuing implosion of Donald Trump. What is it John Fugelsang always says? Trump is just America's black light. We're the couch. Like, it's just revealed. Because we always joked about, Representative Dick Armey calling him Barney Fag and saying, oh, I just misspoke. It had nothing to do with the fact that he's gay. Like, they've always been awful. They've always been liars, and Jim said his original name, Dick Armey, was Penis Air Force.
That's right.
But yeah, I mean, they remain just, just awful and homophobic and anyway.
Yeah, Trump is luminol. You just throw it on the carpet and see where all the blood stains are of all the victims that he's just taken advantage of.
So this, the DOJ ballroom filing says the people, the fake preservationists have Trump derangement syndrome. I am so sick of this. I'm telling you, if Trump does not make you feel deranged, there's something wrong with you.
Well, no. Anytime someone legitimately criticizes the president, they slough it off as Trump derangement. That's their way of deflecting the criticism.
They said the great white shark derangement syndrome because the great white shark is in Amity Bay.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, it is actually eating people, right? After Saturday night attempted assassination, which could never have taken place in the new facility, reasonable minds can no longer differ. The injunction must be dissolved, said Todd Blanche. Like that, everyone's must bend the knee, and drop their. And to their credit, they said no, we're not dropping the lawsuit. This ballroom is a monstrosity that it needs congressional approval.
God, just lemmings, just fodder for him, like pawns on a chessboard. I will go forward for you, Mr. Trump. I'll take the hit.
Yep.
I don't know why they do it.
The good news is local shelters got 2,600 meals from the canceled White House.
Nice.
What do you call it? Yeah. So you couldn't have eaten all of that, Chris.
Oh, except for like 3 bottles of champagne that one lady was just like sticking
my
in her
hero.
big furry coat.
That's my future wife there. All right. We love you. We love you, Carlos.
Irvine, Dallas, Texas, May 2nd and 3rd this weekend.
We love you.
Woo-hoo!
See you tomorrow.